the shower. Can you hear me in there?
Only one car has the first and largest 4-panel panoramic roof available, and it's not a Toyota Camry, and it's not a Nissan Altima 2.5 with the most powerful standard V6 in its class. It's the first ever Pontiac G6. The first ever G6 starts around 19.8 after available cash back. With action, anything is possible. Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA.
The Illini take on Nevada Saturday at 4:30 on CBS 2.
March Madness on CBS. It's all here.
JJ is hot as a $2 pistol. McNamara nails it. Oh, my. Here's on the run. I'm not afraid to let it out. I'm gonna show you how I feel. I'm not afraid to let it out. Langford into the lane for a hanger. Good. It's good. College basketball is on fire.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to our New York studios as CBS Sports continues its exclusive coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament. I'm joined by the usual suspects, Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis of Sports Illustrated. We're going to get into a few of the power hitters this evening, aren't we?
Exactly, but all of the higher-seeded teams have advanced in the first 24 games. 19 of those teams have won, and I really think we're going to probably see much the same here tonight. Again, the higher seeds moving on.
As long as they play to their strengths. One thing we saw today with Florida and Villanova, did everything they could to blow huge leads. If you have a big lead, keep attacking. Once you get conservative, the game starts going the other way.
Coach Davis has spoken. Coming up in just a few moments up in Worcester, Vermont will take on Syracuse in the Austin bracket. Meanwhile, down in Nashville, Louisiana Lafayette is about to face Louisville in Albuquerque regional play. At 7:20 Eastern Time, Northern Iowa will play Wisconsin and Oklahoma City, and Delaware State challenges Duke, the top seed in the Austin bracket. That tip is slated for 7:25 Eastern. The second wave of games tonight will come your way about 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Georgia Tech, a national finalist in last year's tournament, will play its first round game, and we'll see Kansas, the number 3 seed in the Syracuse bracket. Now, let's quickly catch everyone up on this afternoon's first round action, beginning with the defending national champion UConn Huskies. They withstood a challenge from Central Florida to win by 6 in Worcester, Massachusetts, and they will advance to play the Wolfpack of North Carolina State. The Wolfpack fell behind early against Charlotte, but then they rallied to beat the 49ers. The final was 75-63.
After giving up all of a 14-point lead, the Southern Illinois Salukis advanced to meet Oklahoma State. The Cowboys held on to beat Southeastern Louisiana by 13.
Top-seeded North Carolina Tar Heels shot 64% from the floor, never looked back. They rolled, and they will play the Iowa State Cyclones, who forced 17 turnovers today against Minnesota and won convincingly.
Villanova led early against cold-shooting New Mexico, then had to survive their own cold spell to win 55-47. They'll play Florida. And what seemed to be the norm for the day, the Gators had to hold off hard-charging Ohio and won it by 5, 67-62. One of the things that we saw in the game today was a couple of teams jump off to a big lead, and all of a sudden, here comes the opposition charging back when you least expect it.
Well, teams that are down are going to play with a sense of desperation and urgency, and that lends itself to comebacks. The team with the lead is going to become complacent, which is a natural reaction. I'd love to see teams that get the lead continue to be aggressive and attack. You don't want to ease up off that gas pedal too soon, because momentum is a big part of basketball, and it can change very quickly if you stop attacking.
Which is much like what Coach Davis was saying just a little while ago.
That's right, and the great equalizer, as always, the three-point shot. I'll be interested to see how Louisiana Lafayette shoots the ball tonight. And Northern Iowa is another team, utilizes the three-point line well. Wisconsin's going to need to get out and defend those guys if the Badgers will be able to pull it out.
You know, you and I were talking a little while ago about how sometimes coaches get to this stage and they stop doing what they did that was so successful to get them there.
Yeah, exactly. It's pressure. It's one and done. Sometimes you can become a little too conservative for your own good.
Not us. We'll continue along the road to the Final Four on CBS after this word from your local station.
This year, spring break is going to bite. Spring Break Shark Attack, CBS Sunday.
Tons of Toyota trucks, hundreds of choices. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event with thousands of amazing values. Now choose 0% financing for 36 months on Tundra or 4Runner. Or get up to $1,500 customer cash on Tundra or $900 on 4Runner. Or get great leases. And check out Tacoma. It's Motor Trend's 2005 Truck of the Year. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event. Quality, selection, value. Now that's moving you forward.
Comcast high-speed internet has always been fast.
Just let me download this big old file.
But it's not just speed.
Okay.
It's what you do with it.
Whoa. Wait, one more.
And now that we're raising ours to 4 megs, photos and music download faster than ever.
Last one, I promise.
And features like photo show and video mail work even better. Because no one likes to wait. Comcast, America's #1 high-speed internet provider, still for the same low price. Call now for this great offer.
When you've been recognized by J.D. Power & Associates as the most dependable heavy-duty full-size pickup truck, there's no need to be bashful. GMC Sierra, professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Children's safety devices that may not be safe. Monday at 10 on CBS 2 News.
The first round of the 2005 NCAA tournament is about to resume around the country. Some of you will begin with Louisiana Lafayette against Louisville. Everyone else will start with Vermont and Syracuse, including those expecting the Northern Iowa-Wisconsin matchup tipping at 7:20 Eastern, and others who will see Delaware State and Duke at 7:25 Eastern. Enjoy the games, everyone, here on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by the Principal Financial Group, Monster, Bud Light, and by Pontiac.
One car has factory-installed keyless remote start, and it's not a Honda Accord. Only one car has the first and largest 4-panel panoramic roof available, and it's not a Toyota Camry. And it's not a Nissan Altima 2.5 that has the most powerful engine. It's the first ever Pontiac G6. With action, anything is possible.
When you post your resume on Monster, your career is going places. If you post it before April 15th, you could be too. Just tell Monster why you deserve the trip of a lifetime.
I'm as close to a perfectionist as I can get.
I'm not a stranger to hard work.
I'm the guy that is going to pay most attention to the details.
Never ever called in sick. I really love programming.
I look forward to going to work every day.
Post or update your resume on Monster.com by April 15th, and you could win the trip of a lifetime. We believe you've earned it.
And you can find me on Monster.
Monster. Today's the day.
I love the tender, crisp bacon cheddar ranch, the breasts that grow on trees, and the streams of bacon ranch dressing flow right up to your knees. There's tumbleweeds of bacon, and cheddar paves the streets. You get the veg all day, all the lotto tickets pay. There's a king who wants you to have it your way. That's the tender, crisp bacon cheddar ranch, the tender, crisp bacon cheddar ranch.
Come and get it.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and go to work? Because we make things, fix things, send our kids off to learn things. At the Principal Financial Group, we know you don't just work to retire, you work to live. That's why we give people the financial tools to help them keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard, we make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
We're gonna hustle.
A new Amazing Race, CBS Tuesday.
Worcester, Mass. First round action in the NCAA tournament on the second day of March Madness this evening. We focus on the Austin bracket. Our first game of the evening, Vermont versus Syracuse. And a look at the Austin bracket. The winner of this game will take on the winner of our next game here in Worcester between Michigan State and ODU. Hi, everybody. Gus Johnson along with Len Elmore. Tell me about this one, partner.
Well, we got two combinations here, inside-out combinations. Obviously, you know McNamara and Warwick of Syracuse, national champs a couple of years ago. But Sorrentine and Coffenrath dominated the America East for Vermont. We'll see if they belong.
All right, let's take a look at the coaches. Tom Brennan in his 19th and final season as the head coach at Vermont. His team coming in with a 24-6 record. And how about Taylor Coffenrath? He is second in the nation in scoring at close to 26 per game. On the other sideline, one of the great coaches in all of college basketball, Jim Boeheim, 29 years. He has his national championship in his back pocket, looking for another. And his lineup, Hakeem Warwick, the Big East Player of the Year. And keep your eye on the man they call G-Money, Jerry McNamara. He can shoot it with the best. As you take a look at the officials, tonight's game is brought to you in high-definition television by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition TV. Syracuse, Vermont, Worcester. Here we go. And the jack controlled by Vermont. Sorrentine. And there's Syracuse in that patented 2-3 zone.
And they're certainly playing more than just a passing zone. They'll extend, they'll trap in the corner, they'll even match up a little bit, keep people honest, but always continue to play zone.
Inside, knocked away by Ford, into the hands of Josh Pace. And here comes Pace, who does all the little things for the Orange.
It's interesting that Josh Pace is bringing the ball up and handling it. Usually that's McNamara, but I think there's been a concerted effort to get McNamara more in the offense and give Pace that responsibility to make plays.
Roberts off the mark. Sorrentine into the front court.
Again, whenever you see a green shirt flash in, Syracuse will match up with that green shirt. They're not just playing a passive zone and sitting back and allowing people to catch the ball.
McNamara in transition, the runner. Off the back rim, Mokajila with the rebound.
Both teams got a little bit of jitters right now. They're missing shots that would normally be a lot closer. Just feeling each other out.
What's the key? You've seen Syracuse play for years. What's the key to busting this Syracuse zone?
Well, obviously, one of them is to move the ball, get it, so that the defense is moving side to side and creating some gaps that you can drive. Also, there are sweet spots, the short corner, below the free throw line, but you need guys who are nifty, just like that.
Beautifully done. Coffenrath banks it in. And I think they were listening to you, Lenny.
Well, Clements did a nice job of getting there, and you got to read the back guy. If he comes up on you, you got to get around him, or you got to throw the ball around him. If he backs up, you got to be willing to take that 12-footer.
Warwick off the dribble, force one up and a foul. This one going against Clemesh, his first.
We'll take a look right here. Clemesh is going to receive the ball right in the little sweet spot at the top. Here he is flashing right here. And then you see Forth comes up. The middle guy comes up, so you read him, and you try to get the ball around him, either drive or pass.
So Hakeem Warwick at the free throw line. What a great player. The senior averaging 21 points per game and 8 rebounds, and he's had some big games this season.
And he's had them pretty recently towards the end of the season. I was there at the Providence game. That was senior day, 36 points. He is tremendous down around the blocks, and in the Big East tournament, he showed that he can shoot the three. At one point in a single game, he had more threes than Jerry McNamara in that game.
In the semifinal against Connecticut, stepped out, hit a couple of threes from straight away. Demetrius Nichols has checked in. Game tied at 2. Syracuse a number 4. Vermont a number 13. Vermont showing patience on the offensive end.
Well, you have to. Again, the idea is to go inside out, side to side, force that defense to extend where there are gaps.
Sorrentine. Loose ball rebounded by the Catamounts, and it's tapped home. Looks like Mopagila got a hand on it. Vermont taking a 4-2 lead. And don't forget, we will get you to the games you're interested in as soon as they tip off. And a travel on the baseline. Warwick shuffling his feet.
Well, it's interesting that Vermont has chosen to play Hakeem Warwick with just one man. And I think throughout the night, if they continue, Syracuse continues to go to Warwick, they're going to realize they're going to have to double team him. Warwick just too quick, too long for anybody on the Vermont team.
Coppenrath dumps it down low. Lamesh off the mark, and a jump ball is the call. The possession arrow in the favor of the Orange.
It's not often you're going to get those type of clean opportunities to the rim against this zone, and when you do, you got to connect. That was just a missed layup.
Martin Klemesh, a sophomore from the Czech Republic. His hometown, the city of Prague. Here's Jerry McNamara, the high pick and roll, the runner, count it.
And that's a shot Jerry's worked on throughout this year. Really hadn't shown it until around February.
Klemesh inside, great ball fake. Got Nichols in the air and will go to the line.
You know, we talked about Josh Pace being the point guard and McNamara trying to get involved in the offense. And he's developed some shots. He knows people are playing him now at the three-point line, forcing him inside the arc, and he's developed a shot to complement that defense. That defense pushes him in. He's got something to go with it.
So Klemesh gets the first one to go, and he's a terrific student. As a matter of fact, he's the top business student at the university. Has a sister that played at Vandy. She played in the NCAA tournament. Second free throw, no. Looks like a lane violation called against Syracuse. So Klemesh gets one more chance. And it's good. 6-4, Vermont. Out of the America East Conference. Syracuse out of the Big East. McNamara, the crossover runner. Weak side rebound to Mopagila. Here comes Sorrentine, the little guy from Pawtucket. Sorrentine off the dribble.
Sorrentine not able to get through those gaps. He's looking for ways to get inside.
And they turn it over. Terrence Roberts intercepting the pass.
And again, here's Josh Pace handling the ball, starting the offense. He was tremendous against UConn and West Virginia. Syracuse turns it over, but he got inside the defenses, penetrated, did a lot of the things, made plays that McNamara wasn't able to do.
Coppenrath stepping in the passing lane. They dump it down. Coppenrath rejected. Nichols sends it out of bounds. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 15-16 to play in the first half. Vermont, the lower seed, with a 2-point lead.
Hey, watch this.
Buddy, you want some of this? You like bananas?
Oh, good. Yeah. Here, take it seriously. No. Give me that.
Fresh, smooth, real, Bud Light.
Give me that. Come on, give me that.
It's all here.
Greg Gumbel in New York will keep tabs on Vermont and Syracuse as they progress in Worcester, but right now it's game time in Oklahoma City. Number 11 seed Northern Iowa against the 6th seed Wisconsin Badgers. Let's take you there and join Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel.
Nighttime in Oklahoma City, third game of the day. Matches Northern Iowa, the 11th seed of the Syracuse bracket, against Wisconsin, the 6th seed. The winner takes on the winner of Kansas-Bucknell, who play later tonight right here in Oklahoma City. Other first-round winners in that Syracuse bracket include North Carolina State and UConn. Take a look at tonight's lineups, and we start first with the Badgers of Wisconsin. They'll go with the three forwards of Zach Morley, Mike Wilkinson, Alondo Tucker, the backcourt of Clayton Hansen and Sharif Chambliss. The head coach of the Badgers is Bo Ryan. In his fourth season, a four-time Division III national champion at Wisconsin-Platteville. And for Northern Iowa, for the Missouri Valley Conference, who roll in at 21-10, they'll go with Grant Stout, Eric Coleman, Eric Crawford, Ben Jacobson, and Chris Foster. So a three-guard lineup, and they like to score in bunches at 73 a game. Greg McDermott is the head coach, his fourth year in Cedar Falls. Northern Iowa, Bob, 21-10. Wisconsin, 22-8.
5 teams from the Big Ten in the Big Dance. 3 teams from the Missouri Valley. We saw Southern Illinois earlier today. The formula for Wisconsin: sticky man-to-man defense and great shot selection.
Wisconsin is 3-0 in first-round games under Bo Ryan. And Bob, Northern Iowa likes to get up and down the court. They score 73 points a game. However, Wisconsin, very stingy defensively. The Badgers lead the Big Ten and rank 12th nationally in scoring defense at 59.6 a game.
In the Big Ten tournament, they held Ohio State to 49, Iowa to 56, and Illinois to 54 in the championship game.
Morley trying to back in, and an early foul is whistled. Morley, by the way, making only his 14th start of the season, mostly coming off the bench for Bo Ryan. Foster picks up the foul, his first and the team's first.
Well, Morley had a great Big Ten tournament. Had 40 points in the first 2 games combined, and then 5 against Illinois. He made the all-tournament team. Man-to-man defense, both squads.
Badgers will run shot clock. On the drive is Tucker. Now they pop it out to Hansen, who hits a 3. Clayton Hansen, the senior from Reedsburg, Wisconsin, a former walk-on who now is on scholarship.
He ought to be. He shoots 43% from three-point range for the season. He's second in the Big Ten in that particular category.
Badgers do not shy away from the 3 ball as Northern Iowa answers right back. Crawford from behind the arc.
Keep in mind, Northern Iowa was in the NCAA tournament last year. They were 21-10, lost to Georgia Tech by 5 in the tournament. Lots of experience on this team.
Crawford towed the line. They give him a 2 ball. Crawford, a junior from Oakdale, Minnesota.
Northern Iowa is playing man-to-man, Greg, but they're playing it like a zone. Very compact, not trying to extend too much, trying to play position defense.
Grant Stout picks up the foul, and for Wisconsin, Bob, their 11th tournament appearance back in 2004. They lost in the second round to Pitt. This is an at-large berth out of the Big Ten. They were national champions back in 41.
And of course, in 2000, they played in the Final Four, lost to Michigan State. Mike Kelly, John Bryant, and Bukowski in that group.
3 ball falls down. So Chambliss hits the 3.
He's a very interesting story. He's got over 1,000 points. He's played on 2 Big Ten teams. Started for Penn State for 3 years, transferred when there was a coaching change, and now a non-scholarship player here at Wisconsin. You can't get a scholarship if you transfer within the league.
15 on the shot. Good defense by Wisconsin. They force it back up top. Loose ball.
Well, Jacobson's the guy that can create with the dribble or coming off screens. He's the leading scorer in the Missouri Valley Conference right here, slicing in among a lot of Badgers. Fortunately, they get the ball back.
Foster inbounds to Jacobson. Nice interior pass, and off the window with the left hand is Coleman. 6'6" freshman from Maplewood, Minnesota.
If you think he doesn't have great experience, 24 points, 10 boards against Iowa State, who won their first round game, 16 and 11 against Iowa. So this freshman, the best one in the Missouri Valley Conference this season.
3 balls raining down. Chambliss again hits. So Wisconsin doing the damage, Bob, behind the arc. Well, Chambliss with 2 and Hansen with a 3.
Well, that's because Northern Iowa is not challenging them. They're playing a soft man-to-man. I think they're concerned really about Tucker and Wilkinson inside, thus far giving up easy threes.
As a team, the Badgers shoot 38% from behind the arc. Northern Iowa slowing it down just a bit. They hand it off to Foster on the dribble. Thought about the 3. They drop it inside. Tough pass between 2 Badgers. Got the ball back. The tip drill now underway, and it's pulled down by Wilkinson. Mr. Everything. The first team All Big Ten unanimous pick. He can rebound, he can score, and he is durable.
Outside and inside. Only 2 players were unanimous picks. D. Brown of Illinois, the other one. You talk about the great Wisconsin defense. They lost to Illinois in the championship game of the Big Ten. D. Brown, Zippo, 0 points in 37 minutes. So very, very solid defense, obviously, by the Badgers.
Boy, in some cases around college basketball, that final would be a halftime score, 54-43.
Quality shots, quality at both ends of the floor for Wisconsin.
Morley, back of the iron. Rebound, Jacobson. Up court he comes to the corner. Schmidt is now in for Northern Iowa, number 22. 3 ball falls a little bit off the mark by Crawford. Badgers up 9-4 thanks to 3 3-pointers.
Well, I think Greg McDermott's idea is he wants to clog the paint, whether he's playing zone or man. Right here, Alondo Tucker is being guarded by Crawford. Tight mismatch for Crawford.
Chambliss off the mark. Panthers up the court, coming up on the 15-minute mark.
Jacobson really wants to push it. Guy can really shoot from the outside. 45% threes on the season.
Bob, a lot of movement by Northern Iowa on the offensive end. A lot of cutters. Coleman puts it on the floor, trying to back in baseline. Now Crawford has it. Again, they swing it down low. Wilkinson doing a good job defensively. We played 5 minutes. Wisconsin up by 5. Chambliss off the mark. Putting the head down and a whistle. Timeout. Oklahoma City, Wisconsin up by 5.
I can't believe Carrie dumped me last night.
Really? You know, a good woman is like a McGriddle.
Okay.
She's sweet on the outside, and then once you get to know her, you find she's got everything you want. But just like that, she's gone. So what's your next move?
I go get myself another McGriddles?
Let's try this again. Women are like coffee.
What happened to my seat?
You weren't using it.
Yeah, and I went to get the snacks.
Yeah, and she took your seat. You know, like your wireless company does every month.
What? They don't take my seat?
They take your unused minutes.
Man, if I could just... Really good game we got.
Only Singular has rollover. Keep minutes you pay for, use them when you need them. That's the fairest deal in wireless. The new Singular, raising the bar.
Well, I had a dream. I stood beneath an orange sky.
The multifunctional element.
Yes, I had a dream. I
from Honda.
Stood beneath an orange sky.
Where will it take you?
The fan sitting here switched his car insurance from Geico to Allstate and saved $318 a year. This one switched from Progressive and saved $476. This one switched from State Farm and saved $214. Just 3 of the 1 million drivers who switched to Allstate. Out to save America some money. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
A skateboarding legend turns up dead in Miami, and the clues are in this video game.
This isn't just motion capture footage, it's a snuff video.
New CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Wisconsin leading Northern Iowa early, 9-4, and Bob, it's all been done behind the arc.
Well, three-point shooting very much a part of the deal right here. Clayton Hansen, Sharif Chambliss, both very, very accurate. Sharif Chambliss, 8th in Big Ten history in threes made, and Clayton Hansen, the second most accurate three-point shooter in the league. A lot of that by Chambliss, of course, done while a student at Penn State.
You a little surprised about that graphic? They have not attempted a two-point shot, 6 threes, making 3.
Well, I think what's happening is Greg McDermott has decided that he's going to clog the middle and try to take away Alondo, Tucker, and Wilkinson and see if Wisconsin can prove themselves from the outside.
Schmidt has it for Northern Iowa. Backs it out.
Crawford, the glue of this team, number 5 with the basketball. Transfer from Bowling Green. Good all-purpose player.
Launches and hits. 2 buckets, 4 points. And Wisconsin lead trimmed to 3. Just under 15 minutes of play in the opening half. Andreas Helmig, number 21, checks in for Wisconsin after the timeout.
The big man used to pounding inside. Look at everybody's foot in the paint in the purple jerseys. Conceding the outside shot.
Cameron Taylor also in. Nixon. So fresh legs for Wisconsin, but they still fire the 3-ball.
Well, that's what they have to do. The passing lanes inside are not available. Good offense reads the defense. The read is that they can't get it inside, therefore shoot it outside.
Nixon has now made 7 of his last 10 three-point shots.
Nice switch right here on Jacobson. They are very cognizant of his whereabouts.
Little jump hook, nice touch by Stout. Grant Stout, a sophomore, averaging just under 12 points a game. He's on the board. And Northern Iowa. That bucket cuts the Badger lead to 4.
Playing off Helmig, he's not an outside shooter.
Now Morley on the wing, up top of the key.
Wilkinson on the bench with Chambliss.
Baseline jumper too strong. Had a good open look. Overshot the bucket, and Stout has it. Here come the Panthers. They want to push the tempo a little bit.
So far, Jacobson not getting any clean looks. He's the leading scorer in the league. Big games against heavy competition. 27 against Iowa State, 25 against Iowa. This kid can really shoot.
He's got the ball, gives it up in the paint. Now they kick outside. The ball a little short off the hand of Stout. Cameron Taylor, Helmig, playing catch, 20 on the shot clock.
Almost like a zone defense right here. Man-to-man principles, but play off your man. Don't allow driving and passing lanes.
Taylor, 3-pointer, down she goes.
Well, lots of different guys are making them. Cameron Taylor, he is a guy who comes off the bench as a point guard. He hit a shot earlier this season to beat Michigan State, a very clutch shot.
Jacobson drives, swings it up with his left hand, and look at that rebound with the long arm is Morley. No turnover. Crowd saw it.
Notice all of the purple jerseys in the paint.
Morley holds the ball. Now up top is Taylor. Helmig, is he going to try a 3? Everyone else has.
He will not. If he does, he will be sitting next to Bo Ryan momentarily.
6 on the shot, 5 on the shot. Morley puts the shoulder down. No basket. Morley picks up the offensive foul and a timeout. 15-8, Badgers.
I'm tired of eating all this junk at night.
You got a better idea.
Hey, guys, over here. Look out, look out. All right, punch it.
Wendy's has a better way to satisfy those late-night cravings.
Welcome to Wendy's.
Everybody hide. We make everything fresh right when you order it, like our hot and juicy classic hamburgers and our famous spicy chicken sandwich. So you can eat great, even late.
It's good to be nocturnal.
Wendy's, it's better here. Our pickup window is open till midnight or later.
Welcome to Pontiac's March Madness on Wheels. This is the first ever Pontiac G6.
It's a diaper dandy.
Great lines, 200 horsepower V6 engine.
It's a real PTPer.
And the largest 4-panel panoramic roof in America.
It's a slam bam jam feature. A trifecta. It's a member of my whole innovative team. It's Gypsy New Dunkaroo. Hey, folks, put a W in your garage.
March Madness on Wheels at your Pontiac dealer.
March Madness on Wheels.
Once again, I find myself with my friends, dancing the night away. It's like the party never ends. Seeing stars, I'm seeing stars. Seeing stars, I'm seeing stars. Oh my, starry-eyed surprise. Sundown to sunrise, dance all night. We gonna dance all night to this DJ.
Hey, Angie, you going to the post office? Hey, Ted, you going to the post office?
Do I know you?
Anyone go to the post office? Jeff.
Ronnie?
Connie.
Isn't anyone going to the post office?
Hey, Chuck. Can't go to the post office? Go to USPS.com.
From buying stamps to shipping packages, almost anything you do at the post office, you can do at USPS.com. It's how the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Hey, Steve. Lunch?
Tell me what you saw.
Whose car is this?
Get in. Get out of the truck. I'm not kidding, Ray.
Get in, Manny, or you're gonna die.
Get out!
War of the Worlds. Everywhere, June 29th.
Along with Seth Davis and Clark Kellogg, Greg Gumbel in New York. We'll get you back to northern Iowa and Wisconsin in a moment. First, check out what's happening in Worcester. The Catamounts of Vermont had the early lead, Seth, but Syracuse has come back to grab the advantage.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Syracuse, even though it's a relatively close game. Akeem Moore looks like he's pretty sharp offensively, just scored a quick 4 points to help them to the lead. If Syracuse plays anywhere near as well as they're capable of playing, they should win handily.
Well, they're doing a much better job on the boards early on. Vermont and out-rebounding them substantially. But now the zone defense, it has a cumulative effect on the opposition. Shots become tougher to get. You're challenged on your three-point looks. And the Syracuse Orange do a nice job rebounding out of that zone so they can get in transition and run. Timeout, Vermont, as Syracuse has pushed the lead to 6.
In Nashville, Louisiana Lafayette against Louisville. For folks who aren't familiar with the Raging Cajuns, Clark, what kind of a game do you expect from them?
A little spice, if you will, Greg. They love to get up and down. They've got very versatile perimeter guys, 6'4" to 6'6" backcourt players that can dribble, drive, and also shoot the ball well. The problem for them all season long has been when they turn it over. They like to play fast, but sometimes they overdrive their headlights. They got to make sure they stay within themselves and take care of the ball.
All right, right now it's 23-17 Louisville. And in Charlotte, Delaware State and the Duke Blue Devils, and Seth, the Blue Devils got good news even before they took the court.
They sure did. Their junior guard, Sean Dockery, a very important glue guy, defender, ball handler for them, sprained his medial collateral ligament a couple weeks ago. They thought he might be lost for the year. Not only did he start tonight, he hit a couple of threes early. He looks sharp. That will certainly give them a very important lift heading into this tournament.
I agree with you. I mean, to have a guy who's your ball handler and the catalyst for what you want to do from a defensive standpoint in terms of pressuring the opposition, that's a nice injection as Duke tries to make a run here in March.
Winner of this game will play the winner of the Stanford-Mississippi State to take place later on this evening. Right now, Duke in the lead by a score of 12-8. We'll keep you updated. Let's get you back to Oklahoma City. Rejoin Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel.
Wisconsin, they want more. Here comes Taylor. Hard fall by Taylor with 10 minutes left in this opening half, and Wisconsin's been bombs away from behind the three-point line. 19-8 Badgers.
Taylor has left a lot on the floor right here. Very hard foul, going after it. He's been solid off the bench for them all season. Almost a sixth starter. Extremely quick from Minneapolis. He can play with either Hansen or Chambliss, the point or the 2 spot. He had 26 against Iowa early this season.
The inbound at Chambliss. 6 points, a couple of threes, under 10 minutes left. Another 3 on the way, tried to bank it this time, but would not fall down for Orlando Tucker. Here come the Panthers, McCowan leading the way. On the baseline, a whistle over the back of Stout. Boy, collision, physical play, just listen.
Oh, that hurts.
That's that left forearm that he's got dangling there on the bench.
Welcome to the NCAA tournament.
Exactly right. Loose ball picked up, battle, Stout. Now they go for 3, around and out.
Notice 5 Badgers on the defensive board, blocking out. Nobody leaking out. Provides for good rebounding. This team played in the Big Ten Championship 2 seasons in a row. Beat Illinois last year, lost to Illinois this year.
Good hustle, but Tucker picks it back up for the Badgers. They swing it to Hansen. Long shot wouldn't fall, and the rebound to Crawford.
Oh, nice heads up.
Oh, look at the touch.
Oh, beautiful. 3 guys touch it, 94 feet. 1 dribble. That is a thing of beauty.
Stout with 2 buckets, 4 points. Northern Iowa back to within 9. Nearly thrown away. Badgers gather it back in. Wilkinson wanted it. Now they toss it out to Chambliss.
This defense frustrates Orlando Tucker. He operates close to the basket as a smallish power forward. Too much traffic for him in this one.
Wilkinson puts it on the floor to the far side. Back up top. Chambliss. Another 3.
He is feeling it.
9 points, already over his season average is 7.
This will be his only season that he plays for Wisconsin. A 3-year player at Penn State, transfers, sits out 1 season, and plays his last year. He has been transferred from a 2-guard to a point guard who can shoot it.
A foul on the drive. And Chambliss picks up the foul. 7:53 left in this opening half in Oklahoma City, Northern Iowa, and Wisconsin.
It's true. The owners of 40 million different cars in America all have one thing in common. They love the personal service and competitive rates they get from their State Farm agent. And they wouldn't drive without one. Find out why more drivers trust State Farm for auto insurance than the next 3 companies combined.
We pepped up the peppers. Went ahead with 3 cheese. Added zest to Kraft Zesty. We revved up Italian. 3 Italians from Kraft. We revved up the flavor. We revved up Italian. We pepped up the peppers. Added zest to Kraft Zesty. We revved up Italian. It beat the other leading Italian in a taste test. Kraft Zesty Italian tastes better. We revved up the flavor. We revved up Italian.
A rainy day is my chance to be home. Be a fan. Be a kid. Be lazy. Problem is, there are no rainy days. My life is about never settling. That's why my card is American Express.
The passage is intense.
But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
From the minute my son was born, I knew I wanted to be that dad. The guy who can show you how to throw a perfect spiral, fixing bikes and skateboard ramps, going to ball games. My father was that dad, and now I've become that dad. That's why I bought a Saturn.
The all-new 7-passenger 2005 Saturn Relay with the security of OnStar and DVD player standard. Lease a new 2005 Saturn Relay front-wheel drive 2 for $299 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
7th straight NCAA tournament berth for Wisconsin. They're up 12 here early on Northern Iowa. And Bob, it's all about the threes. 6 of 10, 60%.
And that man, Mr. Bo Ryan, is one heck of a coach. 3 of the 5 best seasons in the history of the school under him in the last 4 seasons. Pretty spectacular, and you've already enumerated the winningest coach in the history of Division III basketball. Not many guys get chances to go from Division III to Division I. Wisconsin took that opportunity, and they are very happy they did.
Hanson the rebound. Chambliss brings it down court. There's Wilkinson. Now to Morley, a whistle. Body hit the deck.
Greg Gumbel in New York. We'll take you back there shortly, but take a look at what's happening in Charlotte. Delaware State has gone on a run to grab the lead against Duke. We join Jim Nance and Billy Packer.
Chad Randolph with one more free throw to tie it as Duke ends a 4-minute drought. Delaware State is on an 11-1 spell to lead here over the #1 seed.
Good job by Fleetwood in traffic. Now here's been the problem for Duke. Delaware State takes the man outside that can best handle dribble penetration and then breaks his man down to set up numbers for his ball club.
Nice.
There it is again.
Pass, and the shot is made by Aaron Williams.
If you cannot stop a man from breaking you down off that dribble like that, he's always going to create the numbers in his team's favor.
Dockery to Williams, doubled up and fouled.
And Jim, this is being done without Hunter on the floor.
Breaking the action. Delaware State leads.
I want to taste my beer, but I can't.
Every year, thousands suffer from taste loss. Look for the clues. Does your buddy smack his lips incessantly? Does your boyfriend act fidgety? Or do emotional outbursts come at inopportune times?
Why are you doing this to me?
Get the facts at PreventTasteLoss.com and protect yourself with great tasting, less spilling Miller Lite.
I've held it inside for so long.
Miller, good call.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? All you have to do is pick up the phone and call in your coordinates. Before you know it, you'll have this free DVD in your hands. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call right now, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
Can't ignore Friday's new sizzling chicken and shrimp. It's just one of our 6 sizzling platters. Everyone could use more Fridays.
For the feeling of freer breathing, Vicks Vapor Rub works as fast as you can put it on. Can your cold medicine do that? Get the Quick Vicks.
It may start with the look. It may start with the sound. It may start with the feel. It may start with the drive. Or it may just start with a great offer. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer for a special lease offer through Mercedes-Benz Credit on the 2005 C230 Sports Sedan.
Monday, find out what you, the viewers, picked as your second all-time favorite episode of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Then, can this ordinary guy get lucky with Jerry Ryan?
She's just a regular person, except for being from the planet.
New 2.5 Men, right after your choice for the second favorite episode of Raymond, CBS Monday.
You're just joining us. That's right, Delaware State leads Duke as the Hornets have hit their last 6 shots. And 7 different players have scored for them with that swarming defense at the other end.
Here we go. 2, 3, 4. A quadruple on 1. That means that Duke's got somebody open, but Shavlik Randolph can't get out of traffic. Fortunately for Duke, he gets fouled. But 4 on 1. Heavy play defensively. Jim, let's point out something about Delaware State. They took the ultimate journey early in the year. It's not like they haven't played against some good teams. Illinois, Texas El Paso, Arizona State, Marquette, Michigan State, Northwestern, and Michigan. They were 2-9 outside of conference, but it sure should toughen up any kind of team that goes on a road like that.
That last foul was on Aaron Fleetwood. Some of those games were closer than you might have thought. Being on the road, they played at Marquette, for example, and lost by 6. 7-point loss at Northwestern.
What will be interesting, Mike Krzyzewski is seeing what's happening right here. Here's another breakdown with the dribble.
3-point shot off the mark, and Williams goes up for it. It's Daniel Ewing. Ewing has not attempted a shot from the floor, nor has Reddick. Almost 9 minutes into the game. Ewing for the first time launches a 3, and he's on.
Good job by Shavlik Randolph. Felt the pressure coming, kicked it out right away.
Duke breaks a field goal drought of 5 minutes, 25 seconds with that 3. Ewing is down. Davis takes the lane, doesn't get the roll. And again, Williams with the sure hands, but almost throws it away.
Jim, Duke went 11 minutes against Georgia Tech without a score at field goal as well. Oh, Docky, how about that play? Oh, that was Ewing.
Ewing with back-to-back baskets.
Some play.
And Duke's back in front, 20-16.
Now here's that matchup again. Williams is going to have to go out and prove that he can be a guard defensively. Can he do it? And look at how far away it takes him from shot blocking ability if he has to go out there and guard Fleetwood.
Aaron Williams driving, sets it up with Fleetwood, puts back, goes. Basket by Williams.
Bad block out by Duke.
Well, yesterday at practice, Coach Greg Jackson of Delaware State explained that to you, how they were going to do that. And take Sheldon Williams way away from the basket.
Now, Sheldon Williams does do a good job, but he's up against a guy that's a superior ball handler. Can Reddick get off his first shot?
There it is, short of the mark. And a foul over the back called on Randolph.
What's happening, Jim, is when you can beat your man off the dribble, it sets up 2-on-1 situations down in the paint. And this is what's happened throughout the course of this game. Good dribble penetration, you got a 2-on-1, and then you hit the open man for the layup.
Billy, that's the second foul on Randolph, so he's down.
What may happen here, and you know that Mike Krzyzewski doesn't want to break and say, you know what, these guys are breaking us down off the dribble. Let's go back in and play a tighter defense at half court and not go out and try to trap these guys. Dockery and Shine now, and he beats him.
Shine past Dockery.
And he beats him.
Open man to tie it. Slam dunk, Tracy Worley. And
it is a terrific technique that Coach Jackson is using, and Duke has not been able to stop it yet. There's a hold on Williams.
Coming up singular at the half, Greg and Clark and Seth getting caught up in all the tournament news and have a live look at all the action going on in the NCAA tournament, plus the singular Naismith update. That's all coming up on singular at the half. That was actually Joshua Blunt with the dunk at the other end to tie this game at 20. He has 5 points. Reddick goes to the line.
Jim, you know, Coach Krzyzewski's a brilliant basketball mind, but sometimes in life, you have to take your ego and say, you know what, they're killing us off this dribble penetration. We better pull back and start playing solid defense as opposed to going out and trying to pressure them, because they haven't proven, and that would be against everything he stands for with this team. But so far tonight, his guys have not been able to match up against dribble penetration.
Took Reddick 10 minutes and 39 seconds to get on the board. as he hits both ends of the 1-and-1.
Now, see, Melchione, he can't stop blunt dribble penetration. They've got the advantage at a lot of positions when they pull these big men out. Williams have a tendency out here to pick up a cheap foul, too.
Roundtree out near midcourt.
There it is.
Yeah, Williams
there
with
it
the
is.
knee.
I think that Coach K is going to have to pull his horns back in.
That's 2 on Williams, 2 on Randolph, who will return. DeMarcus Nelson also coming back into the game with 2 fouls.
You can get thick-headed about this thing, but they still are going to go out there. Probably got a little better matchup right now, but Shavlik Randolph will be the guy they'll pick on this time. And here it is. This is fun to watch.
They'll pick on him and they'll work on him, try to draw that 3rd foul.
See, Ewing's on Shine, so Shine stays down inside.
3-pointer. Rebound, Hornets. Basket by Worley.
And when you're spread out like this, you have a very difficult time because they always have the numbers of getting on the defensive glass. Good backdoor cut.
Redick all the way back out. Where's it going? It's going against Duke. They call the charge on Redick, who is hot.
And you know what? It's starting to get to him. Now, another thing I want to point out, Jim, this is a North Carolina town. They despise the Blue Devils. So basically what Delaware State has here is the crowd, the home crowd, in their favor.
Well, all the North Carolina ticket holders, and there are a great many with the Tar Heels also here in Charlotte, having won this afternoon, and many of them coming back here tonight. They have put all of their support behind the underdog 16 seed, and they just turn it over right there.
Well, that really didn't need to be a turnover because without question, Shavlik Randolph was beaten off the dribble. Now, can you grind it out and win anyway if you're Duke? Maybe. But it'd be a lot easier to say, okay, let's see what this team can do if you pull back defensively.
Kaheem Broadus has come in for the first time, and he tried to get there to close in on Redick, but he fires the 3 up and in over him anyway.
There goes a home run pass available. Yeah, how much room does he need to get a shot off? Not much. Another, look at this.
Shine all the way, just too strong on the layup. He had freed himself. He had the open layup.
Well, that wasn't Duke defense. That was just Shine not realizing he'd be that wide open.
Nelson to Love to the line. Delaware State shooting 59%. Redick's 3 puts Duke in front.
What is greater than? Greater power. Greater grip. Greater innovation. The all-new 255 horsepower Audi A4. More power, under more control. It's greater to lead than follow.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever.
It's Applebee's Barbecue Fever. Slow-cooked barbecue kissed with a sweet honey barbecue sauce.
Fever till you sizzle. What a lovely way to burn.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Trust. It's everything. And nobody hands out trust. I don't have to tell you, trust is earned. Talent is one thing. Combine that talent with people you trust, and you will walk out on that court with a level of respect no one can match.
The Hartford, a company built on 194 years of trust. Ask your advisor what the Hartford can do for you.
sell your car on Autotrader.com. You get detailed descriptions, color photos, and more buyers than your local newspaper. So don't just list your car, sell it on Autotrader.com.
Some families are good at entertaining themselves. For the rest of us, there's Radio Shack, where you can get great deals on wireless phones. Now buy any Verizon wireless phone and get up to 3 Samsung color screen phones free with 2-year agreement on each. Plus, get this replica race hood free by mail. Yes, Radio Shack has everything to make your road trip more fun. Unless you like yodeling. Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
Jim Nantz, Billy Packer, what a spirited start by Greg Jackson's Delaware State team. Before he took over 5 years ago at this school, he was the coach at North Carolina Central University, not even, 5-10 minutes away from the Duke campus.
Absolutely. A school at one time coached by a man that I think was one of the great gentlemen in the history of basketball and one of the most brilliant minds, John McClendon, a Hall of Famer, passed away. But of all the men that I've ever talked to in basketball, he certainly would rank about the most thorough of knowledge of basketball, innovative techniques of anybody that's ever lived or been involved in the game.
So Greg Jackson was coaching right in the same town, just a short drive away from Duke. And when he first took the job, the very first day, he met with Mike Krzyzewski, who gave him a little talk about, being a head coach and philosophy. He shared with Coach Greg Jackson, and now they meet. Drive it in, the shot. What a move by Broadus.
It really is a move by Coach Jackson, because what he did is say, okay, who's Randolph guard? You take him outside. Your other fellas move out on the perimeter so that there's no help inside, and you just break them down with a dribble.
To the corner. Nelson driving, lost it, going in, gets it back, and gets the easy basket.
Powerful, powerful freshman who loves to go to that glass. But here we go again. Now you see what Mike Krzyzewski did. He changed to put Reddick out there, but then right away, Greg Jackson said, no, who's Shavlik, Randolph Garden? You go outside and dribble the ball.
And Randolph is talking to Worley.
Yeah, well, he can talk to him, but that doesn't stop him. Now what can he do?
Worley takes the jumper over him and hits it.
You know what he did? He backed off and didn't guard him, so Worley said, I'll just pull up and take a jump shot.
28-26 Blue Devils.
When you're the #1 seed, you don't want to have to change your defensive strategy, but Duke may have to do it.
Nelson, ugly three, and here come the Hornets.
Okay, and they'll look out here and say, okay, who is Shavlik Randolph guard? As soon as they find that out.
Back over here with Broadus.
Yep, here he is. Okay. Now everybody open up a lane, get out to the far corners, play a little four corner, and there's Shavlik Randolph has no chance to guard him.
Williams drives in, charge called, take away the basket. Now there's your Carolina fan.
Oh, absolutely.
You talked about.
Absolutely. Can you remember the Final Four in which the fans went against Duke? Remember, we could sense it in the arena.
That was in Minneapolis.
Absolutely.
Minneapolis against Maryland.
That's right. Shane Battier, the whole deal. The Duke always gets all the breaks. Tonight we have a Carolina fan base who really is rooting for the team in red.
Aaron Williams down with 3 fouls. His time basket taken away with a charge. Melchione short on the 3. McClure, who has come in, tie up, arrow, Hornets. Delaware State ball. David McClure has come in. He's a freshman from Ridgefield, Connecticut.
This Duke team has had their share of injuries. McClure had to sit down with a knee problem.
Delaware State in the red and Duke the #1 seed in a fight that no one saw coming.
Now it's McClure, the chosen one. Can you stop dribble penetration? Nobody stopped Shine yet.
Shine drives in. Worley is underneath. Worley ties the game at 28.
Shine is hurt a little bit.
Back on his feet. You know, one thing about Delaware State, every kid on that team can handle the ball.
Well, they certainly can, because what they're doing, Jim, is taking the best matchup for dribble penetration and utilizing it.
Ewing open, top of the key, 3. Good.
Duke's executing fairly well on the offensive end. They just can't get things done. Shine really got hurt. Shine, Ewing. Ewing ought to be able to stay with him. But Ken Reddick, I doubt it.
This is Broadus, who's really their 9th man. They brought in 4 reserves. They've all performed at a high level. Broadus takes the shot over Reddick, and Melchione clears for Duke.
Well, that's the second time they've pulled up, because what the Duke defender's doing, instead of trying to play aggressive on the ball, he's backing up and giving up the jump shot.
Dockery, who hit 2 early threes, not this time. McClure, the freshman, keeps it alive. Snapping it back inside and back out again. Melchione delivers.
Terrific passing.
Timeout called, Delaware State. First time Duke with a little flurry since the opening minutes. And the Devils are in front by 6.
There's a place for us somewhere, a place for us. Peace and quiet and oh.
For those in the academic, medical, and cultural fields whose work serves the greater good, we serve you. TIAA CREF, Financial Services for the greater good.
To this point in the NCAA tournament, the better seeds are 19 and 5. We had North Carolina State in the afternoon, a 10-7 Charlotte. And I know this is what you've been talking about,
What's
Billy.
that ring out there?
That's the number 1.
So 0 is what the number 1s and the 16s have been. Someday, we said this earlier today, someday it will happen.
You didn't say it just earlier today. You've been saying it all week. I don't know if it's a premonition, but you've been saying someday it's going to be an incredible scene when a 16 finally does it.
They pecked out Reddick. Now, what Reddick's done is played, instead of aggressive on the ball, he's backing up. That means he's going to give up the jump shot.
Got Shine on the bench for the Hornets, and Worley almost lost it. 2 on the shot clock, and Duke with a big defensive stand that time.
You're not going to break down Ewing, so that was a mistake by Delaware State, one of the few that they've made in this first half. They need to pick out Williams now. Williams got 2 fouls on him. Fleetwood has had success with Williams. I'm surprised they don't bring Fleetwood back out to get the ball.
Delaware State's gotten 12 points from off the bench, including from this young man, Bruce Davis, who's a senior from Newcastle, Delaware, and he's on the line.
A different half-court strategy that time for Delaware State, and it didn't work out as well.
Been a little bit of a ragged patch for the Hornets, who have electrified the crowd in Charlotte. Timeout on the floor.
I want you to taste a better pizza.
Try Papa John's new Sicilian Meats Pizza for just $11.99. That's a large Papa John's Sicilian Meats Pizza, only $11.99.
Our Sicilian Meats Pizza has spicy Italian sausage, pepperoni, Italian salami, and sliced linguiça.
Papa John's new Sicilian Meats Pizza, just $11.99. Call now.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Make more of your money work for you. Consider a fund targeted to your retirement year. For more information and to open a no-fee Roth IRA, call 1-800-FIDELITY. Smart move.
I know you do more brakes and mufflers than anyone, but do you really do shocks and struts too?
Yes.
Factory scheduled maintenance?
Yes.
Oil changes?
Yes.
Tire rotation?
Yes.
Belts and hoses?
Yes.
Headlights?
Yes.
Batteries?
Yes.
Back rubs?
Yes. I mean...
The Midas Touch Maintenance Package for just $29.95. We'll change your oil, rotate your tires, and do a courtesy check, including brakes, battery, filters, and more. For mechanics known for their work and their word.
Trust the Midas Touch.
This is action tracking to the Austin bracket, but we're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it has been quite a start here for #1 seed Duke and feisty Delaware State. Jim Nance with Billy Packer. We've seen Delaware State at one time go on an 11-0 run and even take the lead inside the 10-minute mark on mighty Duke. And here they come out with the rebound. Fleetwood has it in a corner.
Good job by Fleetwood in that matchup zone that time. Ewing wasn't prepared to shoot, and when he left him, he didn't have his legs to get the range.
And Shine is back on the floor, Billy.
Here's a very dangerous situation for Duke right now. Williams with 2 fouls.
Melchione almost able to strip it away.
Roundtree, the superior ball handler to Melchione's defense.
Dockery reaching around, no call. Davis to the corner. 5 on the shot clock, and Davis for the second straight trip is on the line.
Yeah, he was out of bounds when he curled back in.
Final 2 minutes of the first half, and Duke in quite a fight here in Charlotte.
Jeff Davis had 4 for 5 threes against Illinois, had 15 points, so he's not going to be in awe of this Duke pressure. Illinois with the 3 great guards. There's a hold there on Reddick.
Call against Delaware State and called
against Blunt, I believe.
Yep, it is Blunt. That is now, they're in the double bonus, so that'll put Mr. Automatic at the line. Reddick, all-time free throw shooter in college basketball history.
And ended up #1 in the ACC in free throw shooting, and he was not in the #1 position for a good portion of the season, which is kind of amazing since he's the all-time career leader in the whole nation.
We talked about that during that North Carolina regular season finale, trying to become one of the rare guys to ever lead the conference in scoring and free throw shooting in the same season. And he pulled it off. Reddick one more time at the line.
And what did he go tonight? Almost 9 minutes before he took his first shot in this ball game.
Well, he went 11 minutes before he scored.
Yep. Okay, Shine match up with Ewing.
Delaware State has turned it over its last 4 trips.
I think it was a smart move by Mike Krzyzewski with 1:27 to go to get Sheldon Williams out of the game. Not picking up another one of his cheap fouls, which would have given him 3.
Looking for big minutes here from Reggie Love, who's defending right here. Drive in, great move, doesn't fall. Phoenix Love pulling it away.
Love, the young man from Charlotte who had broken foot problem and had to sit out a number of games this year. Back in action.
Timeout Duke. 1:12 to go in the half.
All right, the game is on the line. The pressure's on. Here's the situation. You've got 2 children. College tuition is in sight. Retirement is breathing down your neck.
Who do you go to in the clutch? Over 50 million customers rely on us when their money is on the line. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG. We know money.
For those of you just joining us, Coach K tonight can tie Dean Smith for the all-time number of wins by a coach in the NCAA tournament. Coach Smith 65 and Coach K looking for that number tonight.
He keeps piling up statistics. This year he became the winningest coach after 30 years of coaching in the history of college basketball. Dean Smith had held that record at 717.
He's moved 2 wins past that number.
Here we have Williams back in the game for the offensive end of the floor. Good block.
Blunt had a hand on it and a tie-up. Now the arrow's Duke's.
So Williams will stay on the floor. He's playing on the offensive end. Down 47 seconds left on the clock, but only 9 on the shot clock.
This was a rule that was altered in recent years, and I like it. You don't penalize the defensive team for making a play. So it's not a fresh 35 for Duke, just 9 seconds.
Right, now here you have Shine on Reddick. Look for a screen on Reddick. Try to get him free in this 9 seconds to get off the jump shot. Melchione's going to screen Shine. Here he comes.
Reddick way out there.
Wow, that was a long, long shot.
And a long rebound out to Davis.
Last shot. Now they'll just hold it for the last one.
Just about a 5-second differential. But Delaware State's gone a while here without doing anything.
And now if you're Williams, you do not want to go out there and guard Roundtree. Stay back in there because you don't want to pick up that 3rd foul.
Fleetwood. Nelson in his face. Shine in the lane. Shine blocked. That's Williams with the block. Duke has time. 7 seconds up the floor. They've got the numbers. But the ball squirts loose. Duke ball. 3.6 seconds.
Couldn't get the ball back to Ewing on that break to have a ball handler handling it. Dockery out of the game, so you had Nelson and Melchione. Not the guys you want in the open floor handling the ball.
Reddick with 2 seconds. Reddick gets it away, and Duke scores the last 8 of the half. It was tied at 28 with 5 minutes to go. We'll be sending it to the studio with Greg, Clark, and Seth when we continue on the road to the Final Four. Duke leads at 36-28 at halftime.
It may start with the look. It may start with the sound. It may start with the feel. It may start with the drive. Or it may just start with a great offer. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer for a special lease offer through Mercedes-Benz Credit on the 2005 C230 Sports Sedan.
One survivor reveals his faith. Another reveals her fear.
I don't have the strength.
And one tribe has never won immunity. To stay alive, they'll face a do-or-die challenge. Get ready for an unforgettable showdown. New Survivor on a special night, CBS Wednesday.
Charlie Sheen, audience show and tell, and Dave throws stuff off the roof tonight.
One car has factory-installed keyless remote start, and it's not a Honda Accord. Only one car has the first and largest 4-panel panoramic roof available, and it's not a Toyota Camry. And it's not a Nissan Altima 2.5 that has the most powerful engine. It's the first ever Pontiac G6. The first ever G6 starts around 19.8 after available cash back. With action, anything is possible. Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA.
Old Spice.
The 6-speed, 270-horsepower Acura TL adjusts to the way each individual accelerates, brakes, and takes on the curves. Because no two drivers are alike. The Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
2 games at halftime, 2 others getting started in the second half. We'll get you out to live tournament action coming right up.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to our studios here in New York, Singular at the Half. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Seth Davis and Clark Kellogg at halftime. Duke is leading Delaware State by a score of 36-28. Tell me, if you're the Duke Blue Devils, what are you thinking about the challenge that's been presented by the Hornets of Delaware State?
Well, they made a nice adjustment at the end of that first half by backing off a little bit, not allowing as much dribble penetration, and still pressuring the ball and forced some turnovers and spurted out to that 8-point lead.
Yeah, if you're Duke, I don't think you're all that surprised that they could be effective, at least for the first half. And I think it's very fortunate for Duke that Sheldon Williams still only has 2 personal fouls because he's guarding a smaller man far away from the basket. He's been able to stay out of foul trouble all season. That'll be real key for them in the second half because they do have a size advantage inside.
Keep in mind, Delaware State is making its very first tournament appearance and has accounted for itself very well. They trail 36-28 at halftime. Meanwhile, in Worcester, Massachusetts, Vermont trails Syracuse 23-21, now by 4, 25-21. Let's take you there live. Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
4-point lead for Syracuse. Taking on Vermont. Opagila down the lane, deflected. Warwick takes it. Here comes Hakeem, almost traveled. The kick to McNamara, and he throws it out of bounds.
And that's the story of the game, Gus, the turnovers. Syracuse once again loses an opportunity at the basket.
14 turnovers for the Orangemen. Has allowed this Vermont team to stay in the game, although they are really struggling shooting the ball at 29%, 8 of 28.
But they put up more shots than Syracuse has, and that's been helpful. If you limit the Syracuse possessions, in this case, because of the good defense, you got something going.
Coppenrath, the reverse layup, and a foul. He is terrific around the basket. Taylor now with 10 points.
Again, you take a look at that sweet spot. Klemesh with a nice job as Coppenrath just finds a little gap to step into to receive, and then he makes the rest himself.
Adds the free throw. Nichols picked up his 3rd foul. First team foul against the Orange. And we've got a 1-point ball game, 25-24. And a foul coming up against Vermont. Now the winner of this game will take on the winner of our next game, Michigan State and Old EU. One of those very dangerous 5-12 matchups. Ball thrown out of bounds. Syracuse just continued to handle it sloppily.
And what Jim Boeheim was telling Nichols is that don't try to throw it from that angle. Dribble towards the baseline where Warwick has his man locked and then deliver it. That's a bad angle for that pass. And obviously another turnover for Syracuse. Too many missed opportunities for the Orange.
Sorrentine picked up the foul for Vermont on the other end. He has 2. Now with the basketball. Sorrentine trying to get down the lane, cut off by Pace. 8 to shoot. Coppenrath. Ball fake. Fourth doesn't buy it. Double ball fake. And it's ripped out of the air by Pace.
That's a good job by Craig Ford. We told you this low-scoring game is more about defense, although Syracuse with an inordinate amount of turnovers.
And Pace hits the runner. He does so many little things for this Syracuse ball club.
Right, and it doesn't look pretty. Josh Pace a little bit awkward with that left-handed style, but he's the best penetrator on this team. He's nifty with the ball when he gets in the paint, and he can put the ball in the basket.
Sorrentine again, and he rattles it home. I tell you what, the kid from Pawtucket is fearless. 1, make that 2 of 9 now. Nichols off the heel. Opagila tracks down yet another rebound, his 8th. Sorrentine with the step, the teardrop, an air ball. He gets his own rebound.
Well, those are the tough ones to rebound defensively against when you're not expecting an air ball. But Syracuse has to do a much better job of taking care of the ball, and they've got to go back to limiting Vermont to 1 and done. Take a look at the offensive rebound.
Opagila knocks down a 3.
That's the Vermont strength, and that's the weakness of the 2-3 zone.
And the crowd is back in it now.
If you're committed, you can rebound against it.
15:23 to play in the second half. 30-27 Vermont.
Are you in good hands?
Me too. It took hard work, discipline, and stamina. And believe me, I rely on those things every day raising my daughter.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Here's a look at another candidate for this year's Naismith Trophy, presented by Singular Wireless. Mississippi State senior Lawrence Roberts is a dominant low-post player with a well-rounded game. The power forward was the Bulldogs' go-to guy, and he responded by averaging almost 17 points and 11 rebounds a game. Remember, you can still play Naismith Trivia for a shot at $1 million. Text PLAY to 26222 on your wireless phone. 20 questions, 20 chances to win a trip to the 2005 NCAA Men's Final Four and a shot at $1 million.
Yesterday at the end of practice, from half court. Why not? And the Vermont fans are trying to think positively. Jermaine Mopagila knocking down a three-pointer. Vermont was 1 of 10 from the three-point line before back-to-back threes by Sorrentine and Mopagila. Catamounts with a 30-27 lead. Here's Warwick backing his man down. Hangs in the air, gets his own rebound, and draws a foul. And will step away. 15:06 to play in the second half. Vermont by 3.
Look at this place. What do these guys have that we don't have?
Well, they do have the rotary-powered Mazda RX-8, the Tribute, Mazda 3, 2005 Automobile Magazine All-Star, and the thing no one else has, Zoom, Zoom.
Okay, we got it.
It's the Mazdas on the Move sales event. For a limited time, lease the Mazda 3i 4-door for just $179 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at lease signing.
Call you back.
Hurry, offers end March 31st.
New from Dolco, it's the Suck Up. He never sweats because he doesn't take risks at work.
Hey, Suck Up, knock, knock.
Good one, sir.
That's not the joke, Suck Up.
All right. The Suck Up comes with detachable puckered lips and realistic head nodding action. Also available, the Wuss and Mama's Boy.
Some men never take risks. For men who do take risks, there's New Degree for Men. With twice the protection you need, it won't let you down.
There's a place for us. Somewhere, a place for us. Peace and quiet and all.
For those in the academic, medical, and cultural fields whose work serves the greater good, we serve you. TIAA CREF, Financial Services for the greater good.
Since 1989, Coca-Cola has provided more than $35 million in college scholarships. And as the NCAA's first corporate champion, Coca-Cola proudly supports 88 NCAA championships in 23 sports for 360,000 student athletes every year. Satisfying a thirst for learning, both in the classroom and on the field. The Coca-Cola Company and the NCAA.
Tiger Woods looks to join legends Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus as the only golfers to win 4 or more green jackets. The Masters on CBS.
Young Mr. Presley. I want to buy my mom and daddy a house. You work for me. That's it. I'm your daddy. I don't need your daddy anymore. Don't be cruel.
A housewife murdered.
Gun was never found?
Now, new clues will lead to a neighborhood of suspects.
I actually enjoyed watching her suffer.
Cold Case, CBS Sunday.
Sunday on 60 Minutes, visit a place where the people have no concept of time. So how did they know it was time to flee before the tsunami hit? The story on 60 Minutes Sunday. Tom Brennan, his 19th and final season as the head coach at Vermont. He will hang it up and be replaced by Mike Lonergan, great young coach at the University of Maryland. McNamara off the mark, who won a Division III national championship at Catholic University. A terrific fit for this Vermont program. Here's Mopagila with a big three. Sorrentine starting to get his confidence. 2 of 10 from the field. Sorrentine fadeaway. A brick. Rebounded by Coppenrath, and a whistle on the floor. Coppenrath, right place at the right time. That was almost like a pass.
Almost. I mean, that was a long shot. Not very good decision by Sorrentine, but Coppenrath sneaking behind the back line of that zone, and when the shot is taken, he backs his way underneath the basket and is in good position.
Nichols picked up his 4th foul. Sorrentine, Klamesh, Payne, Opajila, Coppenrath. Inside, Klamesh. Roberts goes up high for the rebound.
So as we come up on 14 minutes to play in the second half, Vermont with a 30-27 lead on the Orangemen of Syracuse. This is an interesting game.
It really is. Syracuse hasn't taken care of the basketball. When they do take care of it, they've gotten good shots. But the longer Vermont hangs around, the more confidence they get, and the more dangerous they become.
I keep waiting for Jerry McNamara to start going off and making a lot of threes, and it hasn't happened yet. If anyone's going to rescue Syracuse tonight, it's going to be G-Mac.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here on Singular at the Half. We'll send you back to Charlotte for the second half after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Yes. The next phenomenon from Lexus. At your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
When I first heard about free on-demand from Comcast Digital Cable, I was suspicious. This on-demand feature, it's free? Yeah. There's tons of free stuff to watch whenever you want. Satellite doesn't have it? No. Huh. You pass. But now we're watching on demand more than regular TV. My wife can watch her favorite classics whenever she wants. I get sports like free NFL replay. There's lots of free stuff for the kids. Who left this on? I'm thrilled with Comcast. Suspicious about other things.
That was then. This is Comcast.
BMW X3. Now for a limited time, lease the X3 3.0i for $369 a month.
Defining Success, presented by American Express. Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski knows what it takes to succeed in college and beyond. Greg Kubek helped lead Coach K's Blue Devils to 4 Final Fours, culminating in the 1991 National Championship. Today, Kubek hosts a basketball camp in upstate New York, where he uses basketball to help teach children valuable life skills. CBS Sports' exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by New Degree for Men, Diet Coke, Chevy, and by Allstate.
There is a lot of life in this arena tonight, but Duke put the clamps on the last 5 minutes, shut out the Hornets after the game was tied at 28 with 5 to go. Field goal percentage, Delaware State still over 50% for the game, Billy.
Well, shooting 54%, only 1 of 3 from 3. But the key has been this shooting percentage, and the key has been breaking Duke's defense down with great dribble penetration.
Tracy Worley, by the way, off the bench at 4 of 4 to lead Delaware State in scoring, also topped them in rebounds with 4. What do you think we're going to see here in the second half? Can they stay with Duke?
Oh, I think they can, and I'll tell you why. They had 8 men score in that first half, so they went to the bench, and, you know, Hunter was not a big factor in that first half, only got to play 5 minutes, and of course, he's a major player, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. If you're Duke, you saw a little change in defensive strategy, backing off the dribbler and forcing the dribbler to pull up and take a jump shot. I expect more of that in the second half by Duke.
Coach K with a win tonight, again, ties the legendary Dean Smith most wins NCAA tournament history. But on the other side, Delaware State's debut in the NCAA tournament. Governor Ruth Ann Minner up in Delaware made the proclamation that today was Delaware State Day in the great state of Delaware. And have they ever performed here as we start the second half?
Jim, see the strategy I'm talking about? You see where Williams was? He backed way off, did not go out and try to play that defense.
Ball is loose. They took it away from Davis. Williams chases it down, and a foul called against the Hornets. It's called on Shine. So they backed off Williams. Didn't have him come out all the way near midcourt. Ewing was on the floor.
I thought that was a foul going for the loose ball. It's kind of interesting in the foul shooting. Duke was 10 for 12. Delaware State only 1 for 2, so 9 more points there and 5 more threes than Delaware State. So that's 15 points, 9. There's, that's where the story of this game is for Duke being in the lead.
Terrence Hunter defending here on Shav Randolph. Hunter set much of that first half with a couple of fouls. And another call against the Hornets. J.J. Redick, it took a while for him to get going, but he scored 7 points toward the end of that first half.
That's the possession where he was trying to beat the clock, and here he's trying to beat the clock right at the end of the half. He was upset on that charge call, but I think the referees were all over it.
Bruce Davis whistled for that foul, and Williams for Duke with 1 more.
So we see a change in strategy defensively by Mike Krzyzewski, and I think he will employ that strategy. Now what it means, however, is that you're going to be able to take off a few seconds, maybe even go down to 12 seconds before you initiate your offense. So that means it will not be a run-shoot type game. Roundtree looks and sees who's guarding him. He sees it's Williams. Here's a little bit of trapping defense now. But look at where Williams is, all the way back at the foul line. He is not coming out like he did in the first half.
Ten on the shot clock.
And you can see how much more compact now the defense is.
Roundtree wants to challenge inside, and he draws the foul, gets the hoop.
That's the 3rd on Williams.
This basket breaks a 5-minute, 58-second field goal drought for Delaware State, and yes, indeed, 3 on Sheldon Williams.
And no question about the foul.
Troy Roundtree from Philadelphia. Again, his father is a graduate of this school and still ranks 4th all-time on the school rebounding list. James Roundtree unable to finish the 3-point play. 37-30 Blue Devils.
But he picked up something right there, and that is the 3rd foul on Williams. That could be very important.
Lobbing it inside, dangerous pass. Fortunate to keep possession. Ewing working on Shine. Redick shot blocked. And this is going on Randolph.
Yep,
that's number 3 on Shav Randolph.
Didn't get there in time. I'm surprised Redick didn't use his pump fake, realizing that the bigger man was coming out on him.
So Billy, in the first 90 seconds of the second half, both Williams and Randolph collected a 3rd.
Well, Duke doesn't need to go with 2 bigs against this team. So I think what you'll see Mike Krzyzewski playing with 1 big if there's any more foul trouble. And here again, you see where Williams is on the foul line. He's not coming out to play Hunter like he did in the first half. Shine, who's beating everybody.
Pinned in the corner, 7 on the shot clock. Hunter gets it back out.
Did you hear Redick holler? No foul, Shell. He understands how many fouls he's got on him.
Roundtree, that was in and out and pulled away by Dockery.
Good defensive balance by Delaware State.
And Ewing up and over the backboard, but you're looking at Sean Dockery returning to action tonight. He's running, it looks like, almost to me, full speed.
Oh, yeah, I don't see any noticeable drop off at all in regard to his ability athletically to get up and down the floor or to guard people. And again, this game is going to have a slow pace to it because Duke has dropped all the way back, not putting pressure on the ball.
From the corner, Davis off on the three, but Hunter gets it right back. Roundtree wide open. And Randolph clears.
Nice weak side rebound by Shavlik Randolph that time.
Duke has gone now 6.5 minutes without a basket. They had that long stretch, too, in the middle stages of the first half.
Jim, it's straight man-to-man now by Delaware State.
Dockery.
Well, he has been in good shape. There's a push-off by Shavlik Randolph. Another cheap foul.
Number 4.
He's going to have to come out of there, and now Duke will go smaller with Melchione.
Melchione takes his spot.
And what it is a matter of quickness getting to the ball. Shavlik Randolph not getting there against the smaller men. And when he gets there late, he pushes off. Dockery's got a tough job right now on Shine. Watch the clock go down right now. And you can see, good job by Coach Jackson saying, we'll play the clock right here. We're still in this ball game down 7.
Roundtree would love to get number 4 on Sheldon Williams.
Looks like he wants to go completely right.
Takes it right to him. And coming out with it, Davis. Tough pass, but Shine able to snag it away from Ewing.
There they go back for the spread. Little 4 corners. It's a version of the 4 corners which John McClendon really, even before Dean Smith, employed.
And again, John McClendon, the Hall of Famer, the legend at North Carolina Central. And that's where Greg Jackson used to be the coach. Outside jumper. Davis put back quickly. 2 offensive boards for Davis, and looked like he was in between going right back up or kicking it out.
And Reddick was lucky there, Jim. What he did, he blocked out and didn't go for the ball, and that allowed Delaware State to have an open rebound.
Keone, he'll take it to the paint, and that's the first field goal of the half for Duke.
Pretty good decision by Melchione, left wide open. He normally will take the shot as opposed to dribble, but nobody was there, so he took it to the hole.
Got to think Hunter might have a big half, as he was really saddled with the early fouls and not effective in the first half when Delaware State
only took 1 shot.
3-pointer, not this time for Blunt. Up ahead, breaking, Sheldon Williams. Look out.
That is going to be intentional because of the grab. Not a defensive play, so Williams will get 2 shots and the ball.
Bruce Davis is 3rd, and a big break point here for Duke. Will shoot free throws and have possession when we come back.
I don't look at myself as a basketball coach. I look at myself as a leader who happens to coach basketball. When they get out into the workplace, they're armed with not just a jump shot or a dribble. I want you armed for life. You know, I want you to develop as a player, I want you to develop as a student, and I want you to develop as a human being. My life isn't about playing games. That's why my card is American Express.
Time of year again.
Big deals for the big dance. Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Score big on specially marked deals. The price you see is the price you pay. Hurry, ends March 31st. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Get on the ball. We switched to fair and flexible at Sprint because our old wireless company charged these huge fees for going over our minutes on our family plan. So we had a family meeting, took a vote, and decided it was all Wendy's fault. Yeah, but she suggested Sprint, so it all worked out.
Good call, Wendy.
Thank you. No more huge overages. Sprint automatically adds anytime minutes as you need them. Every 100 minutes costs just $5. Others charge $35 or more. Sprint PCS. Now that's better.
What is taste loss?
Am I at risk?
I thought the government wiped out taste loss in the 1950s.
If you have questions, we have the answers for you.
How can we fight taste loss?
Protect yourself with a great-tasting, less-filling Miller Lite. And please, keep asking questions.
Is now a good time to talk about taste loss?
Any time is a good time to talk about taste loss. Miller, good call.
Every year, thousands of American children disappear without a trace. Find out how to make sure your kid isn't one of them. CBS cares.
Sunday, get into the thrill of the case.
Shot in her own living room.
She's got the doctor's ring. Want to tell us what you know?
A new cold case, CBS Sunday.
Greg Gumbel in New York, 9-point lead for Duke over Delaware State. We'll keep you advised of that. But meanwhile, in Oklahoma City, Northern Iowa and Wisconsin, 9.5 to play in the second half. Badgers with a 4-point lead. Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel.
In Oklahoma City, the 11th seed, Northern Iowa, giving the 6th seed Wisconsin Badgers a game of it. 9:20 to play, 4-point game. Badgers on top.
Wilkinson and Tucker have been effectively taken out of the game with the sagging man-to-man D.
There's a three. They went dry after a very strong start. And a 3-ball falls down for Taylor, who had 7 in the first half.
Well, they are going to have to make more threes in order to win this game. The sloughing defense has been very, very effective.
Walking in is Stout. 8 points, 4 buckets. Great defender, and right now they're getting a little extra out of Stout.
Greg, the 2 leading scorers, Wilkinson and Tucker, being stymied in this game. Not a lot of room to operate in the paint.
Another board for Crawford. They kick, looking for a 3. He'll fire one up, just off the edge of the iron. Under 8.5 to go. Wisconsin 43, Northern Iowa 38, 8:14 clock running here in Oklahoma City. Wisconsin, Bob, again, 3-point shots were the story in the opening 20 minutes. And it's been a comeback by the Panthers with Jacobson and Crawford trying to lead the way back.
Well, the 3-point shot, as I mentioned a moment ago, is going to have to be there. Chambliss, one of the leading 3-point shooters in the history of the league. He's 8th, and he needs to heat up.
Out of bounds and a timeout. 7:45 left in Oklahoma City. Good game. Northern Iowa, Wisconsin.
Introducing the new commotion in the Chevy family. The Cobalt Coupe, Sedan, and SS Supercharged. Chevy Cobalt, an American revolution.
Let's join hands now, come along to a place we all belong.
People from all over America got on board with Allstate last year and saved an average of $338 a year on their car insurance. Are you in good hands?
It's Green Apple gone silver. Introducing Bacardi Silver Low Carb Green Apple Premium Malt Beverage. 4.5 grams of carbs and 94 calories, never tasted so good. Bacardi Silver. Flavor your night.
I don't look at myself as a basketball coach. I look at myself as a leader who happens to coach basketball. When they get out into the workplace, they're armed with not just a jump shot or a dribble. I want you armed for life. You know, I want you to develop as a player, I want you to develop as a student, and I want you to develop as a human being. My life isn't about playing games. That's why my card is American Express.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have this, something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow! That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
If you're looking for more in an auto parts store, get ready. Advance Auto Parts is working harder to make our stores better than the rest. Get ready for an auto parts store unlike anything you've experienced before. Get ready for a cleaner, brighter, better place to shop. Get ready for a store organized so you can easily find what you're looking for. Get ready for in-store innovations you won't find anywhere else. When you want more than just another auto parts store, the first place to go is Advance Auto Parts.
We're ready in advance.
8-point Wisconsin lead over Northern Iowa. And Bob, going back to revisit Greg McDermott's philosophy, he wants to force teams to beat him from the outside, and the Badgers 10 of 22 from behind the arc.
And that is 30 points of their 46, all from behind the arc. And the way that Greg McDermott does that is he plays man-to-man defense, but it's a sloughing style. Most everybody keeps their foot in the paint. They protect the paint and force the outside shot. As a result, Wilkinson and Tucker, the two best players from Wisconsin, well below their averages, because that's where they primarily score from, close to the basket.
Stout made both free throws. He'll go out, and back in comes Eric Coleman. The freshman.
I'm sorry, Craig. As a result of that, the guys from the perimeter, they're going to win this game for Wisconsin. If they win it, are Chambliss, Hansen, and Taylor from the outside. Notice the triple team here.
Well, he took a hop, no whistle. Now the loose ball comes out to Northern Iowa. Jacobson throws his shoulder down. Tough shot, fall away, one-hander. 15 for Jacobson, and it's a 4-point Wisconsin lead.
What a great jump stop on balance by that young man. The last possession instructive. Wilkinson tried to go on his own, got triple teamed, and turned the ball over.
Foul.
How about the pull-up right here, Craig? Watch the balance. The 2 feet, the fade away from the defense, pulls up short. His defender can't get a hand up on the ball. He has shown an awful lot of variety of kinds of jump shots in this game.
That last foul was on Eric Crawford, his third. 3-point shot short. Wilkinson battling, lost it out of bounds. It has been a rough go for the first team all Big Ten pick.
Right here, he's going to try to get after this. He trips over someone's foot right here, goes to the floor. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Intentional, it would have been a foul.
Wilkinson has only taken 4 shots, 2 of 4. Boy, big rebound there by Morley.
Above the rim. He's shown some ability to get up with a bad knee.
You know, he's got the wraps on. I'm thinking maybe you slide a couple of pieces of paper under him, but he can really put it up. And there's a big shot by Chambliss.
Well, that's the guy I told you has to do it for them in this game. His 3-point shooting is very, very good. He's got to stick with it.
He has now knocked down 5 threes and a shot that should have gone down for Crawford.
Morley looks tired right now. He's doing a yeoman's job on the boards. He looks a little fatigued here.
11 of 24 behind the 3-point line for Wisconsin. A 7-point game, just under 6 minutes to play.
How about Crawford now guarding Morley close to the basket, giving away about 5 inches. He was guarding Tucker before.
Chambliss was feeling it short that time.
But it's one for the money.
Well, Bob, this may be here when CBS presents the electrifying story of a young man's rise to fame. Singer, sex symbol, king of rock and roll, Elvis, coming this May to CBS.
Didn't he play for Memphis?
Yeah, they were the blue suede shoes, I believe.
This is a great game. I'll tell you what, you talk about lower seeds playing upper seeds in the NCAA tournament. That's what it's all about. And right here, inspirational play earlier in the day by Southeastern Louisiana, and now inspirational play by Northern Iowa against Wisconsin. Oklahoma State had a tough time with Southeastern Louisiana.
Yeah, and Eddie Sutton told you this. He had a lot of respect for that club. Wilkinson, the shooting woes continue. Had a good look off the mark, and here comes Northern Iowa. Chris Foster with 5:12 to play and a 7-point Wisconsin lead.
Well, it's been the Ben Jacobson show. He is a clutch shooter, made a lot of clutch shots in his career, and there's another one right there.
Long range, knocks it down, 18 for Jacobson.
This kid has radar.
He reaches his season average, 18 points. First team all Missouri Valley Conference. 49-45. Morley inside. Wilkinson, nice shot out the window.
That kind of play has been very infrequent in this game, Craig. Post-to-post passing is normally something Wisconsin takes advantage of in games, and they've not been able to do it here.
Wilkinson so durable over his career. Played in every game as a Badger. Tonight marks game number 127.
Talked to Bo Ryan before the game. He said, hey, these guys are as experienced as we are. And he's right. And it shows.
From the corner. Rounded down. Oh, big shot by Foster. And he picked the big time to hit his first shot. It's a 3-point game with 4:07 to play. Foster, who's been hampered by injury throughout his career, knocks down a big three in Oklahoma City.
Introducing the new commotion in the Chevy family. The Cobalt Coupe, Sedan, and SS Supercharged. Chevy Cobalt, an American revolution.
Let's join hands now, come along to a place we all belong.
People from all over America got on board with Allstate last year and saved an average of $338 a year on their car insurance. Are you in good hands?
It's Green Apple gone silver. Introducing Bacardi Silver Low Carb Green Apple Premium Malt Beverage. 4.5 grams of carbs and 94 calories, never tasted so good. Bacardi Silver. Flavor your night.
I don't look at myself as a basketball coach. I look at myself as a leader who happens to coach basketball. When they get out into the workplace, they're armed with not just a jump shot or a dribble. I want you armed for life. You know, I want you to develop as a player, I want you to develop as a student, and I want you to develop as a human being. My life isn't about playing games. That's why my card is American Express.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have this, something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow! That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right? Tell me what you saw.
Whose car is this?
Get in. Get out of the truck. I'm not kidding, right? Get in, Manny, or you're gonna die. Get out!
War of the Worlds. Everywhere, June 29th.
Northern Iowa has never led in this game. Wisconsin at one point, remember in the first half, led 26-10. It's down to 3. Tournament summary, top 4 seeds are running perfect at 28-0 in first rounds the last 2 years. Southern Illinois defeated St. Mary's, first win for the Missouri Valley Conference since 2002.
3 teams from the Missouri Valley in the tournament this year. And of course, Creighton lost a heartbreaker to West Virginia at the buzzer. And right here, Northern Iowa conducting itself very, very well.
Ball was nearly stripped, and Chambliss had to force a jumper. Coleman comes down with the rebound and hands it off to Foster. As I always say, buckle up. Be safe, 51-48. Jacobson lays down the shoulder, kicks it inside. No bucket, but free throws. Free throws coming for Coleman.
That time of year again.
Big deals for the big dance. The GM NCAA March Madness event. Score big with specially marked deals. The price you see is the price you pay.
Vermont and Syracuse are tied at 51. Last half minute of play, and Vermont with the ball. Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
Game clock at 25. They're on their feet. It's March in Worcester. Vermont with a chance to play giant killer. And Tom Brennan calls a timeout. Take a deep breath. Here we go.
Clock stopped at 15 seconds. We'll get you back for the finish of this game. Back to the game you were watching.
.340 left here in Oklahoma City, Wisconsin. Up by a count of 51-48. Northern Iowa from the Missouri Valley Conference. 21-10 on the season. Wisconsin from the Big Ten. 22-8.
Eric Coleman is going to be on the line shortly.
Let's go to New York. Here's Greg Gumbel.
Once again, back to Worcester for the last 15 seconds of Vermont-Syracuse tied at 51.
In the second half. Get complete game stats at CBSSportsLine.com. So here we go, 15.1 to go. Vermont with the basketball. Shot clock turned off. Vermont one timeout. Koppenrath, Payne, Sorrentine, Mopagila, Klamesh. They give it to Koppenrath. Mopagila drives. And it won't count. He stepped on the baseline with 3.7 to go.
Take a look at a beautiful drive on the baseline, and right there his left foot touches it. He had enough room to avoid it, but a tough luck situation with Jermaine Mopagila.
Syracuse calls timeout. 3.7 to go.
Return you to your game and be back for the last 3.7 seconds. Vermont and Syracuse are tied at 51.
Coming down the stretch here in Oklahoma City, 3:40 remaining. Craig Bolerjack, Bob Wenzel, our CBS crew. 51 for the Badgers and 48 for the Panthers.
Eric Coleman on the line, Craig. 48% from the free throw line for the season.
And back to New York, and here's Greg Gumbel.
Once again, 13th seed Vermont, 4th seed Syracuse, tied at 51 in Worcester. Let's rejoin Gus Johnson and Len Elmore for the final 3 seconds.
And recognizing 3.7 seconds, you got to figure that a pass or a bounce of the ball will take up a second. So you got to be cognizant of what combination of those you make before you take the shot.
Warwick to Roberts. McNamara's got a, hey, it's up! And we're heading to overtime. Whoa. 51.
We'll keep track of overtime. Meanwhile, Vermont and Syracuse go to OT tied at 51. Back to your game.
Jacobson. Short on the 3 by Jacobson after the 2 missed free throws by Coleman.
A great heads-up play by Jacobson just to give the Panthers another opportunity. Right here, inside out is the name of the game. Hansen, Cameron Taylor, the likely outside shooters here.
Back to Taylor.
Notice the sloughing man-to-man, double-teaming Alonzo Tucker on the inside effectively.
Tucker had a good look, good defense as the Panthers stood their ground. It's a 3-point game, 2:46 to go.
Pick and roll has been very effective with Jacobson and Coleman. See if they try to get it again.
Foster's last shot was a 3. The alley-oop, tough, and they're going to turn it over.
Oh my goodness, what kind of play is that? Lobbing it to the smallest guy on the floor.
2 guards playing lob. I don't know.
First mental error this kid's made, maybe this season, I don't know, but certainly in this game. Not a good percentage play there.
Foster only 5'10". You put a foot on him, maybe. Wilkinson. And on the elbow, kicks it up over to Hansen. Now Morley inside to Tucker. Lost the handle. There's a scramble. Guess who? Crawford has played an incredible game, both ends of the floor for Northern Iowa.
And he's done a great job defending Tucker, which is the main thing. Notice how Tucker got triple teamed that time. Keep in mind, Tucker has won 2 games this year with last-second shots.
Leaves it for Foster. Spot up jumper. No.
Wow, that was down.
Wilkinson had to almost wait. Paused in midair and grabbed the board. 10 rebounds for Wilkinson. 6 times this season he's had 10 rebounds.
Oh, he's a monster on the boards. They've been trying to go to their 2 big guys and nothing. This time Wilkinson draws a foul on Coleman. That is good news, but Wilkinson only an average free throw shooter at 67%. Watch the reach in from the baseline side. Grabs his right arm. Coleman's done a great job as a freshman here. No shots right here.
Second foul on Coleman out of Maplewood, Minnesota. A year ago, he's playing high school ball, Bob, at Tartan High. 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Now he finds himself in the big dance, March Madness, and a timeout in Oklahoma City. We're stuck on 51-48. Down the stretch we go.
All right, the game is on the line. The pressure's on. Here's the situation. You've got 2 children. College tuition is in sight. Retirement is breathing down your neck.
Who do you go to in the clutch? Over 50 million customers rely on us when their money is on the line. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG. We know money.
Take a look now at the CBS Sports Line stat of the game, and will you compare the 2s and the 3-point shots taken? Wisconsin 11 of 26 from behind the arc. Bob, 8 of 21 just taking jumpers or inside shots.
I'll tell you what, it's a very interesting and unusual stat for them. 33 points versus 16 points inside and outside the arc. McDermott had a very solid game plan in this one. Last 3 times they've got the ball inside to their 2 big men, Tucker and Wilkinson. Nothing positive has happened.
This time Morley, 14 on the shot. Big defensive stand here for Northern Iowa. Down by 3. Coming up on a minute left. Tucker finds room in the paint. Hits it.
That's what they need, a screen on the ball. Cameron Taylor, very, very solid there on balance.
Taylor with a dozen. Under a minute to go. Out of bounds.
Oh, that is a tough play right there.
They had 2 trips down the floor. Jacobson with the ill-advised pass to Foster, and this time Foster loses the ball.
Well, he just lost it out of bounds there on a little bump. It is a 2-possession game for the Panthers.
Substitution. John Little checks in for Northern Iowa.
Full court pressure, the fouls on the defense. Frank Scagliotta has the call. Foster tried to sneak in there and take a charge on Wilkinson, but no go. They're still not shooting.
Third on Foster. 47.6 seconds left. Inbounding will be Zach Morley.
Cameron Taylor wants to handle the basketball right here. He's a 77% free throw shooter.
John Little fouls him. His second. And that will put Wisconsin in the 1-1.
Taylor hit a shot earlier this year to beat Michigan State, so he has done well in pressure situations.
Taylor's averaged 24 minutes off the bench for Bo Ryan. So free throws for Cameron Taylor, the sophomore. Missed it. Rebound to Stout.
Opportunity is knocking. 2 possessions left. They got to go quickly. Jacobson's got to get a shot here.
35 seconds. Trying to work the screen is Crawford. Long range 3, no. Wilkinson had it for a moment. It was knocked away. The last touch by Wisconsin. And tonight's Chevrolet most valuable players are Ben Jacobson. Strong second half, 18 points, 7 of 15. And for Wisconsin, Sharif Chambliss, 5 of 10 from behind the three-point line with 15.
Still opportunity available for Northern Iowa.
Tough interior defense. Out of bounds with 22 ticks left.
The right guys are handling the basketball right now. Crawford and Jacobson need to make the plays.
Timeout, Wisconsin. 22 seconds left to play in Oklahoma City. We'll be back. (53-48) Wisconsin, 22 ticks left. Timeout, you see, 3 apiece. And the possession arrow could play a factor, Bob. Northern Arizona.
Well, Wisconsin still has a foul to give right here. And you can bet that Jacobson and Crawford are the guys that must make plays right here at the offensive end. Right here on a missed shot, you want to stop the clock by fouling. The clock is your enemy if you are Northern Iowa. That young man has had a fabulous, fabulous game.
Thank you for correcting me. I said Arizona. No, we're not in the desert. We're here in the Midwest. The lob inside. Coleman.
Go, baby. Take it.
Jacobson in the lane. Tough shot. Circus shot off the rim. Wilkinson covers up and a whistle.
Well, they did the right thing. They got a shot by their best player in this game. And then to stop the clock on the miss, they fouled immediately. That's what you want to do in that kind of a situation. Didn't have enough legs right here. Wilkinson guarded him solidly. And Jacobson, not enough legs to get a good shot.
Bob, you look at losses on the season for Northern Iowa. They've been in some tough games. They lost in double overtime to Cincinnati, 76-70. They lost at Iowa by 3, 76-73. But they're still breathing here after the miss.
2 missed 1-and-1s in a row.
Crawford, good look, couldn't get it. Last second, hold on, 4.4 ticks as the putback goes down. It's a 3-point game.
Well, Coleman did a great job going to the offensive boards right here. Crawford, you want taking the shot. He's a little short. The long left arm gets it in the basket. They call timeout. Still opportunity available. What a great play by that young freshman in a clutch situation. 2 missed 1-and-1s by Wisconsin at the other end. Now, with a 3-point situation, 4.4 to go, the best thing they can get is a 5-second count. The second best thing is foul the man as he gets it inbounds, so very little time runs off the clock. Bo Ryan would like to inbound to his best free throw shooters. They've missed 2 1-and-1s in a row. Wilkinson involved in that as well.
Bob, as a team, Wisconsin 66% from the line. Their best free throw shooter is Cameron Taylor at 76.9.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens right here. There are a couple of things available to Bo Ryan. They can look at the baseball pass and throw along. Watch when they come out whether anybody is guarding the inbounder. If they are not guarding the inbounder, that means there are 5 Panthers against 4 Badgers on the inside, and they will be face guarded.
The winner of this game will take on Kansas or Bucknell, who played later here tonight in Oklahoma City. The final 4.4 ticks. And a quick foul on Jacobson. And so they'll jog down to the other end of the court, and free throws for Taylor, who happens to be the best shooter on the floor.
So they got it to the guy in terms of statistics who should be up there. This has been a great game, obviously. Big Ten against Missouri Valley. Northern Iowa conducting itself extremely well. Great game plan by Greg McDermott to take the big guys out of the game. Great shooting by Wisconsin in this game from the outside to preserve what they hope is going to be an advance in the NCAA tournament.
.2 seconds remaining, 3-point game here. We'll get you out to the finish of Vermont and Syracuse. They're in overtime. Also coming down the stretch run is Louisville and Louisiana Lafayette.
Well, this is a 1-and-1 situation right here. So if he misses it, they obviously can still score a basket. The first one, the most important one, that will make it a 2-point game. A 2-possession game, excuse me. Wisconsin had their hands full in this game. Jacobson played great, as did Crawford. The backcourt for Northern Iowa.
18 for Jacobson, 13 for Crawford, and now free throws for the sophomore. Got it, and another on the way.
A two-possession game right now.
13 for Taylor. Make it 14.
A substitute entering the game will stop the play. They will likely throw long, try to get a three, and hope somebody fouls them.
55-50 Wisconsin. Let's go to New York for an update. Here's Greg Gumbel.
All right, thanks, Craig. In Worcester, 12 seconds remaining. Let's listen in. Vermont with a 2-point lead in overtime.
Ramesh gets the first one. The second one will make it a two-possession ball game and maybe put it out of reach for the Orange.
Here's the second. It's short.
Oh, man, not even touching iron.
Got a little nervous on that one. Syracuse still with life.
All right, back to Northern Iowa and Wisconsin. Final seconds.
.2 seconds left, Bob. It's a 5-point Wisconsin lead, and Northern Iowa must travel the length of the court, hope for a long ball, and then somehow get another opportunity, another possession.
It's obviously a desperate situation right now. They are going to try to throw long. Eric Crawford's going to inbound the ball. Zach Moore.
Just 0.4 of a second left in Worcester. Let's rejoin Gus and Len.
It's caught. Upset City in Worcester. The Catamounts knock off the Orange, 60-50.
The first tournament win ever for the Catamounts of Vermont. They knock off Syracuse 60-57. Let's go back to Oklahoma City.
4 seconds remaining, and Cameron Taylor will go back to the free throw line, a 76% shooter.
What a great year Northern Iowa had. 2 years in a row to the NCAA tournament. Over 20 wins a year the last 2 years. Last year, a 5-point loss to Georgia Tech of the ACC, who went to the Final Four. And right now, a loss to Wisconsin Badgers, the number 3 team in the Big Ten Conference.
Saw some of the games that will follow later tonight. Kansas Bucknell here in Oklahoma City. It's a 7-point game. Final seconds tick away. Jacobson at the buzzer. Got it. They'll count it. He'll finish with 20, and it's a 5-point Wisconsin win. 57-52. Wisconsin advances on to round 2 to play the winner of Kansas and Bucknell.
All right, Craig Bolerjack, thanks very much. In Nashville, 41 seconds remain. Louisville with a 4-point lead on the Raging Cajuns. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery are there.
Last 9 free throws, and this is Ellis Miles, who is 3 of 4 tonight. That one way off the mark.
This is where in red shirts you got to squeeze and get after, and if you're in a white shirt, try and slap it back.
Miles, 57% for the year. Missed them both.
Good job,
Cameron with the rebound. 2-possession ball game with 35 seconds to go. In the lane, up and under, no, but a foul is called.
But can he get in the lane, huh, Dwayne Mitchell? Top athlete in the Sun Belt is what Robert Lee said. He is extraordinary, can fly, usually finishes around the rim. That had a chance.
O'Bannon fouls out. 13 points for the senior from Louisville, for Louisville. And we have 32.3 left.
In the game for Louisville, number 11, Brandon.
Well, this is one where the coach knew, the coach being Pitino, how tough this team was. They look at the tape, and as you noted all game long, you go into this game with apprehension. You're concerned. His comment, scary, good, fulfilled here.
Louisville had an 8-point lead in the first half. It was a 1-point margin for the Cardinals at halftime. This Louisiana Lafayette team stormed back, had a 4-point lead at 49-45. The Cardinals scored 6 unanswered. They've not trailed since then, but it's been very close. And Mitchell misses the first.
Then the timeout, I'm sure the coach said, when you make these 2, this is what we're going to do. Now, you make this one, you want a good attempt at a steal, extend the game. Trap, give one. See if they're ready.
Garcia will inbound for Louisville, 32.3. And again, a reminder that Louisiana Lafayette cannot stop the clock.
And he put Miles all the way down the other end to make sure he didn't get the catch. That's why Jenkins is in the game.
Now they get it in the right guy's hands.
That's good, smart basketball here. All you give it up.
Miles back outside.
And they wanted to give him one. They couldn't. You got to give it. You don't have a choice.
Taekwon Dean.
And Wade didn't want to foul because of his dilemma.
And they put Garcia on the line. And Robert Lee looks out at his team and says, what in the world were you thinking?
Well, Wade didn't want to give it because he didn't want to foul out of the game.
Right. So Hamilton takes it and he fouls out.
Yeah. You don't have a choice, but do you think energy's expended on the floor? How about on the sideline?
Robert Lee, first full season as the head coach at Louisiana Lafayette. He's saying foul, foul.
He knows. Slipping away. Coaches have a signal for it. Players got to know.
And Brian Hamilton with 19 points of valiant effort. Heart and soul of this Louisiana Lafayette team, so described by his head coach, Robert Lee.
There will be phone calls unanswered this spring. When Robert Lee calls and says, do you mind? Would you like to play us? We'll get back to you, Coach.
8th year with the school. Assistant to Jesse Evans, got the job in August. And now Francisco Garcia in his final season for the Cardinals of Louisville. At the line, shooting 2. He's perfect this evening, 7 of 7. Tonight's Chevrolet players of the game, Brian Hamilton, who just had to head to the bench, a double-double, 19 and 10, and Garcia with 26 points, 8 of 20 from the field, perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line, and he is shooting 1 more.
And now you have to have your defense organized. You do not want to foul. Play heads up. Don't gamble. See if you can force them to use some clock. And conversely, the Cajuns have to push the basketball up and get that quick hitter. He doesn't hit the net, the rim.
Not at all. 5-point game.
Look at this great containment. They may have got his shot off.
Under 10. Mitchell.
And a little nickel dimer outside.
Foul is on Brandon Jenkins. 6.2 to go. 67-62. Earlier tonight, you saw a 13 seed, the Vermont team, defeat Syracuse.
Incredible, huh?
How about that? In Tom Brennan's final season.
Wow.
The likable coach from Vermont will retire at the end of this year, whenever it ends.
He's postponing as long as he can.
In and out.
In the game for Louisville, number 12, Brad Giannini, replacing Lorenzo Wade.
And Giannini is up and off the bench. Brad Giannini, he is in for free throw shooting purposes.
He did it the other day.
Yes.
Right?
9 of 10 for the season. This is a misfire as well. And Taekwon Dean has it. And a foul in the backcourt. Chris Cameron, young man from Melbourne, Australia. And at last, with a deep collective sigh, the fans of the Louisville Cardinals stand.
This is as hard a win, I think, that I've seen on tape or live for Rick Pitino. And I just saw a beautiful thing. Francisco Garcia went over, shook Robert Lee's hand. They had a nice exchange. That's what it's all about, basically. But you better tie them up in the NCAA this year. No matter who you're playing, they're going to be ready, and they're going to come with talent.
3.1 to go. Taekwon Dean at the line. One more. Six-point game, 3.1 remaining. Forward. The Louisville Cardinals survive. They win it by 6.
University of Louisville Cardinals, 16.
They advanced to Sunday's second-round game against either Georgia Tech or George Washington. They won't forget this one. For Bill Raftery, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Nashville. Our final score is 68-62. A presentation of CBS Sports, home of the men's NCAA basketball championship. Greg Gumbel in New York when we come back.
That time of year again.
Big deals for the big dance. The GM NCAA March Madness event. Score big with specially marked deals. The price you see is the price you pay.
Want to get rid of the wires? Get a wireless laptop with technology designed for lightweight. Make sure it has Intel Centrino mobile technology built in.
Mr. Peanut firmly believes in symbolism. The top hat symbolizes fresh taste. The monocle symbolizes fresh taste. The cane symbolizes fresh taste. The gloves symbolize nothing. He just has a thing for gloves. But the shoes symbolize fresh taste. Planters. Famously fresh taste.
The new Pure 3-stage filter makes your water clean, healthy, and great tasting. So the only thing you'll notice is the great taste. Pure water filters. Your water should be pure.
Class of 94. Here I come.
When you want to make a good impression, Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, News.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
March Madness is still going on, but we already know who's number one. CBS. This year, CBS has more viewers than anyone else. We have the #1 comedy, the #1 news magazine, and the #1 drama on television.
Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there.
CBS, America's most watched network.
Good enough for you? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our studios as we continue to travel the road to the Final Four. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. So much to talk about, so little time, but hey, why not begin with what the Catamounts have done against the Syracuse Orange men? They win it in overtime by a score of 60-57. Seth, take it away with the highlights.
This was the bracket buster, the game of the tournament, Greg. And Jermaine Mopagila went for a career-high 20 points. This was Jerry McNamara at the end, missing the shot, the chance to win it in overtime. And this is going to be Jermaine Mopagila. He had a career-high 20 points. He was absolutely sensational. Picked a pretty good time to do it as well. And this is TJ Sorrentine. Didn't shoot the ball well, but what a huge shot. Look how deep. That put the Catamounts up by 4 points. Josh Pace is going to maneuver inside for the big bucket. A lot of turnovers for Syracuse, none bigger than that one. McNamara with the backboard. Here's Gus Johnson.
Never got an open look. They throw it in the front court. It's caught. Upset City in Worcester. The Catamounts knock off the Orange. 60-57.
talk about an upset of huge proportions. Take a look at what's happened here. First of all, Syracuse is a team that many people felt were capable of winning this whole tournament. They come up short by 3 in overtime. For Vermont, it's their first ever NCAA tournament win. It's the first time they have ever beaten a Big East foe. They are 1-11, and Vermont has not beaten a ranked team since way back in the 50s, and the school can't even remember who that was.
Well, I tell you what, when you talk about winning a game of this magnitude for Vermont, they came out and got it. They were the more physical team throughout the game. Syracuse had an uncharacteristically high number of turnovers, 24 for the game, and when it came down to making plays, Vermont was able to do that with T.J. Sorrentine and Mo Pagila.
Well, we talked about Mo Pagila in the highlights. Here's a guy who averages 5 points a game, goes for 20, a career high, and let's be honest, folks, Jerry McNamara was about as bad as I've ever seen him. 4 for 18 from the floor, 1 for 8 from three-point range. The costly turnover down the stretch, dribbling the ball off of his teammate's foot, a backcourt violation. Those are the things that are all the ingredients for a mammoth first-round upset.
Absolutely. 60-57 in overtime. The Chevy MVPs of this game, Hakeem Warwick of Syracuse, and for the Vermont Catamounts, Jermaine Mo Pagila with 20 points and 9 rebounds. Warwick with 21 points and 12 rebounds. There's your final score after the game. Our Len Elmore with outgoing coach Tom Brennan.
Tom, the upset of the tournament thus far. Are there words to describe your feelings?
No, not right now, Lenny. We talked yesterday. You knew I felt good about the team. I knew our kids weren't going to get shook, and they played a tremendous, tremendous game. I think when you're a one-and-out team like us, and the last 3 weeks, if we hadn't won, we'd have been gone. I think it helps you in the first round.
Well, Syracuse came roaring back, wound up tying it and going into overtime. What were your thoughts then? Did you think you guys had enough?
I thought I was going to pack the car at that point, to be honest with you. I didn't know if we had 5 more minutes. But like I said, these kids have just done it and done it and done it. And the wonderful fans that follow us, just a great, great feeling. And once we scored early in the overtime, then I thought we were going to be fine.
Well, what does this win mean to you? Is it like winning a national championship, or do you have expectations going beyond this?
Well, you know what, to be honest, I'd have been thrilled with a split this weekend, if the truth be told. But now that we got the first one, we certainly want to try to get the next one.
Well, congratulations on a terrific win. Go back and enjoy it with your guys.
Thank you very much, Lenny. Thank you.
I said outgoing coach Tom Brennan, he's leaving once the season is over, and you know what? Vermont isn't quite finished yet. These two teams in the northeast section of the country, first time they've ever met, Vermont comes away the winner in overtime. We'll take a timeout and come back and recap more scores and highlights as the road to the Final Four continues.
Medical technology is big business, so Janice is scrubbing up to see a new device in action and to examine the company that makes it. Would it make a healthy investment? Numbers aren't enough, neither are company claims. Janice does exploratory surgery on the story behind the stock, even talks to patients. The prognosis looks good for them and Janice investors. Carefully read and consider objectives, fees, charges, and risks before you invest. Call Janice for a prospectus with this information and more.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
This spring, you don't have to go far to make travel rewarding. Just visit choicehotels.com and book a stay at any of these hotels. You'll earn triple Choice Privileges points or triple airline miles.
I've been everywhere.
Triple your rewards, only at choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels, we'll see you there.
In this high-pressure go, go, go world, it's hard to find time to eat healthy. Well, at least it was. Introducing the Fresh Fruit Bowl and Cup only at Wendy's. Honeydew, cantaloupe, pineapple, and grapes. Served with a low-fat yogurt dip and made throughout the day. Nothing like a fresh idea to get busy people's attention. Wendy's, it's better here.
Hammer throw is tough.
it isn't just you against a 9-pound ball. It's you against yourself. It's pure concentration, and you have to dig deep inside to find every throw. It's brutal. I had to study biomedical engineering just to relax.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're not thinking about going anywhere. We still have 4 more games to come your way this evening here on CBS. The first tip comes up at 9:50 Eastern Time. That's Old Dominion and 5th seed Michigan State out of Worcester, Massachusetts. At 9:52, 2 minutes later, 3rd seed Kansas takes on 14th seed Bucknell out of Oklahoma City. Then we'll go to Charlotte. For those of you ticketed to see Mississippi State and Stanford, that tips at 9:55. And in Nashville, 5th seed Georgia Tech, 12th seed George Washington will tip at 9:58 Eastern Time. Back to the scores and highlights of the games just completed. In Nashville, the Raging Cajuns and the Louisville Cardinals.
This one went back and forth all game long. Here's Tyrus Wade giving the Raging Cajuns a 1-point lead. Then right back we go. Francisco Garcia to the rim. Louisville by 1. And then the Raging Cajuns are going to go up by 2 on that, followed by Spencer Ford. And then watch Larry O'Bannon size it up, mark it up, and swish it from deep. The Cardinals by 1. Francisco Garcia looking to make a play. His shot won't go, but look at Otis George. Carve out weak side rebounding space. Louisville went on to win 68-66. They meet the winner of George Washington and Georgia Tech.
And you know the funny thing about this Louisville team, you know, they were taken to the limit practically by Louisiana Lafayette. And although it's not good for a coach's blood pressure, do you think maybe this is what you mean when you say tournament tough, when you have to go through games like this?
Without question, Greg, you know when you face a tough opponent, if you're able to survive that test, it has to make you better for your next game. I think Louisville clearly understood how good this Raging Cajuns team was, and they were able to win another close game, which is something they've done all season long.
I was just going to say, they've done that all season long in Conference USA. They kept winning and winning, but a lot of really close games. Toughness, scrappy defense, offensive rebounding. That's really been the formula for Louisville. We think of Rick Pitino and all these made three-pointers, but this is the type of team they've been.
All right, talk about close games. How about the one that took place in Oklahoma City this evening between the 11th seed Panthers of Northern Iowa and the Wisconsin Badgers? Sharif Chambliss, long three-pointer, gave Wisconsin an 8-point lead. Chris Foster will knock down a 3. Northern Iowa coming back. They're down by 3, but Cameron Taylor will hit the jump shot to give the Badgers a 5-point lead. That was the winning margin. Wisconsin by 5. Sharif Chambliss after the game.
You know, this is what I came to Wisconsin for. I transferred here to have a chance to play in the big dance. And it was just a real special moment for me to go out here and take the court with this team. I got a great group of guys around me, and we just want to keep advancing.
So there's your final score. The Badgers of Wisconsin 57-52. Typical Big Ten team playing their kind of game?
Yeah, definitely. And Northern Iowa really relies on that three-point shot. Only made 24% from behind the arc. That hurt them. But give the Badgers credit. We think of them, their strength being up front with Mike Wilkinson. He only had 7 points. Taylor and Chambliss combined for 31 points. That's not supposed to be their strength, but it was tonight, Clark.
And they also knocked down threes. They made a bunch of threes and seemed to be able to withstand every rally that the Northern Iowa Panthers made. And a good win. Bo Ryan continues to be successful in the first round of the tournament.
All right. Meanwhile, the Duke Blue Devils came up with a record-tying performance for their coach. We'll hear from Coach Mike Krzyzewski of the Duke Blue Devils when we come back in just a moment.
My Sherpa. My equipment. My base camp. My trail. Oh, my Everest. And my favorite part, the descent. My life takes me to the edge. My American Express card always goes with me.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow! That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
Sell your car on Autotrader.com. You get detailed descriptions, color photos, and more buyers than your local newspaper. So don't just list your car, sell it on Autotrader.com.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and go to work? Because we make things, fix things, send our kids off to learn things. At the Principal Financial Group, we know you don't just work to retire, you work to live. That's why we give people the financial tools to help them keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard, we make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever.
It's Applebee's Barbecue Fever. Slow-cooked barbecue kissed with a sweet honey barbecue sauce.
Fever, till you sizzle. What a lovely way to burn.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
We're 8 minutes from the tip of our next game that takes place in Worcester between Old Dominion, the number 12 seed in the Austin Regional, and 5th seed Michigan State. And then at 9:52, Bucknell and Kansas will tip in Oklahoma City. Mississippi State and Stanford get started in Charlotte at 9:55, and at 9:58 Eastern Time out in Nashville, George Washington against Georgia Tech. One other game, Delaware State and Duke. Clark.
Early on, Delaware State had a 2-point lead after that layup by Bruce Davis, but then Daniel Ewing finds Dockery inside. It's a 12-point lead, and the Blue Devils were on their way. Reddick is going to miss, but there's DeMarcus Nelson for the follow. The lead was 17, 49-32. Pilfer by Ewing. He'll miss the layup, but there's Sheldon Williams and Duke able to cruise by double digits.
Delaware State putting up a fight, 57-46. After the game, Jim Nantz with Coach K, who tied Dean Smith for most tournament wins all time.
Coach K, first off, congratulations. Your 65th win in NCAA tournament play, tying Dean Smith for the all-time record. Congratulations, most wins.
Well, we beat a good team tonight for that win. Greg Jackson's team, they play unconventional for our league, but they play hard and well, and they got us out of our rhythm. They were really good tonight. Our defense was good in the second half. That's why we won.
Tell me about the adjustment you made in the second half defensively that really turned this game around.
Well, we decided only to pick them up at the top of the key, limiting penetration, and it kept all our rebounders in closer. And they only scored 2 points, I think, for about 12 minutes. And then we didn't want to then run. We wanted to execute. We're going too fast. We thought, kids think they can blow somebody out. In this tournament, you don't do that.
And speaking of that, I know you worry about your team, but in your bracket, as your game ended, Syracuse lost, was knocked out by Vermont. Everybody thought there was that potential Duke-Syracuse game in the Sweet 16 round. It's not going to happen now. What does that tell you about this tournament?
Well, it tells you that what people think is usually wrong, because it's what players think. It's what coaches think. It's what teams think. So Delaware State and Vermont thought they would win tonight. Maybe nobody else did, but they did, and they're the important ones.
Coach, congratulations on another victory. Good luck.
Duke, a 57-46 winner. We'll be right back.
Hammer throw is tough. It isn't just you against a 9-pound ball. It's you against yourself. It's pure concentration, and you have to dig deep inside to find every throw. It's brutal. I had to study biomedical engineering just to relax.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
We all have some things we really wish for. And only a bank that gets to know you can help you make them possible. Making more possible. LaSalle Bank.
Fire
roasted mushrooms and Swiss cheese, steak and egg on a freshly baked bagel. The new steak, mushroom, and Swiss breakfast sandwich. Try one today. Dunkin' Donuts. Bring yourself back.
17 days until Championship Monday, only on CBS 2.
Don't miss the Bass Pro Shops Spring Fishing Classic with big savings all this week, plus factory experts and free seminars Friday through Sunday.
Designed to captivate. Designed to illuminate. The luxury sedan designed to outperform. Introducing the all-new M from Infiniti.
The Illini take on Nevada Saturday at 4:30 on CBS 2.
Those of you slated to see action in Oklahoma City between Bucknell and Kansas will send you off to Oklahoma City. Everybody else will start in Worcester on Old Dominion and Michigan State. And as the tips come around from Mississippi State, Stanford, George Washington, Georgia Tech, we'll get you to the starts of your games. Enjoy the games, everyone, on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by TGI Fridays, TIAA Cref, Chevy, and by Miller.
The fan sitting here switched his car insurance from Geico to Allstate and saved $318 a year. This one switched from Progressive and saved $476. This one switched from State Farm and saved $214. Just 3 of the 1 million drivers who switched to Allstate. Out to save America some money. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Every month, tens of thousands of people come home to power outages and to a garage door that doesn't open. That's why LiftMaster garage door openers offer smarter access solutions, like our EverCharge battery backup system. Now, if your power goes out, our battery backup keeps your LiftMaster garage door opener performing. Visit our website for your nearest LiftMaster dealer and find out how your garage door opener can offer you more. Get a free extra remote and lighting accessory, plus a $30 mail-in installation rebate.
I still don't get it. Let's say that your ham sandwich is a computer on a basic high-speed connection. And let's say that my tuna sandwich is a computer with the protection of AOL. Uh-oh, there's a whole bunch of spam. Some viruses? Now, which would you rather have? Basic high-speed connection or high-speed with AOL? I'll have the tuna. Actually, the tuna's mine.
Get AOL for greater peace of mind and much more. Want a better internet? You belong in America Online.
You can't ignore Friday's new sizzling chicken and shrimp. It's just one of our 6 sizzling platters. Everyone could use more Fridays.
Enterprise, I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice day, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Welcome back to Worcester, Mass. First round action on the second day of March Madness. And our final game up